Welcome to Steve Coach Katie Arena at the Goggin Ice Center on this Friday night for Miami hockey. A little bit of an early start here on this Friday as they host the University of Nebraska Omaha Mavericks. The team's 7th and 8th of the NCAA coming into this weekend series. It's game 1 tonight, game 2 tomorrow night. Alongside Kenny Schierlinger, I'm Patrick Geshan. And Kenny, the streak continues for Miami. It was on the front page of the newspaper on campus this Tuesday, and everybody knows in Oxford it's been 14 straight without a win for the RedHawks, and they need something to happen if they want to get going before the tournament and the important games in March this weekend.
Yeah, it's been a headline for quite some time, this losing streak the RedHawks are on, and it's even worse when you see other teams on the campus that are doing well. The men's basketball team playing well, the women's basketball team playing very well. Up in the top of the MAC standings, the men's basketball team faring well as they're kind of in the middle of the pack in the MAC East, but this team in the hockey on the ice, this Miami men's hockey team find themselves battling for the last spot here in the NCHC against this Omaha team who are coming off a very good win against Western Michigan last week.
They are. It was a Saturday night win, 6-3. They lost Friday night 4-3 against number 8 ranked Western Michigan, and for Miami last week it was a tough one at number 1 St. Cloud State. The RedHawks falling 5-1 in both of those games on both Friday night and Saturday night. So the teams are set and ready to go. Miami will start their goaltender, the junior number 31, Ryan Larkin. He'll make his first start in a little while as he comes in to the season with 20 starts, an 8-9-2 record, and a 2.72 goals against average. Evan Wenninger will be the goaltender opposing him 200 feet away. He's had a really good year for Omaha. And we're underway here as we begin play in this 2-game weekend series, Omaha and Miami, the two teams at the bottom of the NCHC. Scott Corbett came in over the line for the RedHawks. He fired his shot from the middle that went wide on Wenninger, and a centering pass to the middle got broken up, and the Mavericks back the other way. Their starting line, Mason Morelli, Frederick Olofsson, and Taylor Ward out there right now for Omaha, who fires it down below the goal line to the Miami end and behind Ryan Larkin. Gordy Green across ice pass. Scott Corbett got his stick on it at center. And the Mavericks able to take control and then turn back over. Corbett in over the Maverick line. A centering pass. And in front of the net, Jonathan Gruen couldn't collect the puck. And the Mavericks come back up through the other way. At the middle, this one chipped in to the RedHawk end by Jason Smallage. Comes behind the Miami net and then up to the line. Smallage tried to fire a shotgun off his skate guard and back to center. And the Mavericks will play this one up the near side along the benches. And they get in over the RedHawk line, but they're offside as Polkinen had the puck and he couldn't quite make it over cleanly. 1:07 into the first period, no score, Miami and Omaha.
It's very important for Ryan Larkin here to get comfortable in the net here as he has had some rough starts in the last couple of weeks and has found himself pulled. And Jordan Olewski scratched tonight, so the depth in the net isn't very good with Grant Valentine, who has very little experience as Larkin's backup.
That's a good point. As the RedHawks here had an icing call waved off the puck in the offensive zone, and they're going to get an offside call here as Derek Dashke had the puck at the left point and tried to stick his way around a defender that came out of the zone before he fired it back in. So 18:39 to go here in this first period. The early start tonight, the game being broadcast on CBS Sports Network nationally. This is the only home game Miami will have on national TV this season. So that's why we're starting early tonight, usually 7:35, the typical home starting time. Christian Mose tried to feather a puck in over the Maverick line and did so. Casey Gilling now down the left side. Passes off the far boards for River Rimshaw, who played it down to the left circle. And the Mavericks will take control now behind their own goal line as it was John Shelton who tried to play it up the boards, but then he got picked off by Gilling, who played it into the near corner in the Maverick end. Omaha takes back control and a loose puck behind the net. They fly it off the glass out to center, and a little rush the other way. They're in over the RedHawk line, and a shot fired off by Ryan Galt. 5'11", 182 senior out of Omaha, Nebraska is saved there by Larkin, who holds on 2 minutes and 1 second into the first period.
The senior from Omaha, very nice move there. Looked very smooth. Got past the RedHawk defenders and got a pretty good shot on goal. So Larkin being tested early here.
So the face-off will be to his left. It will be Monty Graham going up against Pokinen. And the RedHawks win the draw in the defensive zone. Here's Mahalik, backhands one off the far boards. Couldn't be stopped there by Zach Laval, and it's actually going to be a hand pass here as Omaha tried to keep it in at the line, and they gloved it as it was Dean Stewart at the right point who passed it with his hand to a teammate. So a hand pass whistle here, face off to neutral ice. We've had many whistles so far in this game, 17:47 to go in the first period. And the face-off one back to the RedHawk end. Behind the goal line, Alec Mahalik plays it off glass. Up the right side to neutral ice. Ryan Soroki couldn't fire it in from the red line. And the puck comes back up the left side for Omaha, who's going to try to feather this one through here. In the corner, some bodies fall down at a little battle. Soroki plays it up the right wing boards, and Nate Kepke gloves it down and takes it back to the Omaha end. And he tried to center one across the ice, got blocked down by Laval in the Maverick end, and now Omaha will stretch the ice out. Here's a long pass ahead and an onside look, but couldn't be caught there by Olofsson. The top line out for Omaha right now. Puck back to center. They try to fire it back in, but the Mavericks offside. So they'll tag up, and Grant Hutton has it behind the RedHawk net, and he waits as they regroup. Passes up the right side. Here's Josh Melnick. And over the Maverick line toward the middle, dishes off far side. Gordy Green with a wrist shot from the left point, gloved down by Weniger, and he holds on with 16:45 to go in the first.
Fans filing in here. A little bit better weather than last weekend, 2 weekends ago here in Oxford, as it warmed up early in the week. Got a little bit chillier today, but a little bit more friendly for the fans to make it down the Steve Coach Katie Arena, here at the Goggin Ice Center, as the students are back on campus have been back on campus for a couple weeks, so they're back in attendance.
Which is a good thing to see. A lot of students standing in the far end of the ice, as they were not really here during the J term in the games in January. This puck goes into the RedHawk bench from neutral ice, and the face-off will be at center. So it's been a little bit louder here tonight so far, just in the early stages, first period. And the general fans filing in pretty well, too. So a center ice draw is one back by Omaha. The RedHawks trying to charge up and quickly go after it. And it's played in from the RedHawk line by Ryan Galt. Larkin stopped it behind his own net. Perch Bachman far side trying to dig at it in the corner. The puck wraps around the boards to the near side, and Ben Lown got beat there by Jones, who takes it behind the RedHawk net. Mark Russell wraps it around far boards. It's kept in there by Riley Alfred from the line. Now the puck played by Spinner near half wall. He fired it off to the line and could not be played in by Smallage, who had to jump, but it went over his glove, and it goes all the way back behind the Omaha net. Smallage waits. Dishes one to the near side. This is Zach Jordan, who fires this one all the way around the boards, and nobody could catch it for Omaha. It's going to come all the way back down the ice. He started at the Miami line, wrapped all the way around and behind the Omaha net. Now the Mavericks back up the ice here. Riley Alfred in over the RedHawk line, has some support. A weak centering pass went behind the net. Christian Mose meets the puck at the far half wall. Mahalik trying to play his man there as it's Keck, who had the puck along the far boards, and this one squirts out at the line as Lawson McDonald had it there for Omaha. Don't go across the ice in the defensive zone, played by Schultz. This one comes back down the ice and a pass from center and behind the RedHawk net. Dashke dishes off to the left wing. Christian Mose over for Gilling. Long stretch pass in the neutral zone. Cannot connect there with Soroki, and Omaha takes the puck in their own end and gets this one out to center. Up the right wing side, here is Tyler Weiss. Fourth line out there for the Mavericks right now. He left the puck off for Nepke, who fired it in on Larkin, and he made the save. And we get a timeout. 14:49 to go first period. Miami and Omaha scoreless here from Oxford. You're listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. With honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be shared with friends or family. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with a sun protection factor, or SPF, of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn, and both cause cancer. But the perfect sunscreen doesn't count if you use it wrong. Don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day? Wrong. 80% of UV rays still get through the haze. Only use sunscreen at the beach? Nope. Anytime you're outside, UV rays attack the skin, so you need protection. And you have to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal health.
You're good.
Face off. In the RedHawk end, won by Grant Hutton, who tried to play it out of the zone right side, and then Omaha picked it off in the middle and will fire it all the way back down around the glass to the near half wall in their own end. But then Josh Melnick takes away a bouncing puck and plays it up the wall for Scott Corbett. Konepke had it in the far corner, and now the Mavericks able to lift this one out to center. And Andrew Sinnard collects in the neutral zone for the RedHawks on a loose puck. And Miami in over the Maverick line. A centering pass from Corbett looking for Melnick in the slot. It went off his stick and out of play with 14-17 to go in the first period. The shots 2-1 Omaha at this point in the game.
It's the puck going up in the stands. Have to get a new puck. We've got to mention that it is Miamia weekend here at Miami. They're celebrating the Miamia tribe, translated in English as Miami. Of course, the Miami Heritage logo being incorporated this year, and lots of T-shirts around that spell brotherhood in Miamia in the language. I know there's been a lot. It was in the Williams Hall the other day, and they were recording different terms of the Miamia language to inform the students and the community about the Miamia culture and the language.
Yep. As an icing call here against Omaha, and the face-off will come back to their end with 14:09 to go in the first. And the chief of the Miami Tribe is in town this weekend. A lot of Miami Tribe personnel making the trip up from their reservation in Oklahoma. And the logo everywhere. They even put it on the seats this weekend.
Chief Langford is in attendance. Probably not enjoying the cold.
River Ripshaw, shot from the far half wall, get blocked down on its way in as Miami had a few offensive chances. This one thrown behind the Maverick net. And they can't get it out. Rimshaw, slap shot from the left point, went off a couple sticks and a flex up and out of play. And it halts it here with 13:44 to go in the first period. Tomorrow night they're going to do a tribal welcome during the game. And Chief Langford spoke with the players after practice yesterday, and that was when he was presented a jersey with his name on the back of it. So a special weekend here to celebrate the heritage of Miami University. As a face-off here will be to the right of Weniger. Casey Gilling lost the draw for Miami. Omaha wins it to the near half wall, and they try to dig it out of the zone and will get it as it's skated out and fired in from center by Steven Spinner and all the way around the boards. This one wraps to the near side. Casey Gilling can't get it out of the zone. Spinner trying to track it down in the slot, and it got on the stick of Sinnard, who tried to play it out to the red line, but Omaha quick to throw it right back in. Ryan Larkin kind of misplayed the puck as Hutton was after it, but it went off his stick. And he'll wrap it around from the corner to the far side for Sinnard, but it went off their official skates, and Omaha got it back for a second. And then Sinnard plays this one back to center, and it's taken there by Phil Nyes, who dumps it in from the red line down the left wing. The RedHawks will get a full five-man change. Weniger stopped it behind the net for Konepke, who skates it up the left side and got in and over the line. Now it's Keck with a shot from the left circle, and it's gloved down by Larkin with 12:49 to go in the first period. So
I know we sound like a broken record here, but the RedHawks, we haven't mentioned it tonight, but we've mentioned a lot how the RedHawks need to get on the board first and get that puck in the back of the net. And Unable to do that, but some pretty good opportunities here. Both these teams kind of feeling each other out, kind of like heavyweights, maybe a little bit like lightweights.
Yep.
With the bottom, both of these teams being at the bottom of the standings, but they're both feeling each other out, seeing if one of them get on the board first.
Still those early stages so far. Omaha with the puck in the offensive zone. Primo backhands one from the far corner. Got on the stick of Dashke, and then he cycles it for Mahalik, who controls it below his own goal line. It skates it up to the near side. Omaha with little forecheckers. Myers stole the puck away, and we're getting a penalty on Miami here, as the Mavericks will pull Weniger and get 6 men on the ice. A shot from the right point, saved by Larkin, touched by Graham. And a slashing call will go against Alec Mahalik, as the puck was stolen away from him below the goal line by Tyler Weiss. And the Omaha fourth line will draw a penalty here, as Mahalik quickly slashed him right after the puck was stolen away from him.
I'll be getting put to the test here on the penalty kill. We're going to have to kill this one off, and if you can do that, you can gain some momentum here. So let's see if they can kill this penalty and get back on track.
So Josh Melnick will square off in the right circle against Frederick Olofsson, and the Omaha power play will get its first look at the game. And right off the draw, RedHawks cleared down the right side as Hutton got a stick on that. So the Mavericks here will take control and skate it out of their own end. It was Polkin in there who had it, then he dropped it off, and they're in over the line. At the right point, Dean Stewart fires it on across, then got a return pass. Stick handles his way at the middle blue line now. He's the only man up there. Dishes off to the right point, then across they go to Frederick Olofsson. Down to the corner for Ward. Left circle, Morelli. Back to the line, they walk it in, and a shot from Keck. Held there by Larkin. It was on the ground, and he didn't allow a rebound. And play stops here with 11:28 to go in the first period.
Or we're going to make decisions.
44 seconds into the power play. And Omaha right now leads the shots 5-1. So the face-off here will be to the right of Ryan Larkin. River rim shot, or excuse me, Monty Graham actually will take this one against Polkinen. Omaha with a clean win back and get it to the left point. It was played in there by Ryan Jones, who walks it middle line, fired a shot, deflected off his stick up over the net, and comes back to center, untouched, as Jones back to collect it for Omaha on his own end. He dishes off to the far side. Mavericks in over the line. Conley had it far half wall, gets it up to the line. Now it is Tyler Weiss, who gives off here to Ryan Jones. Shot in, got blocked down to the circle. Called a centering pass to the slot, picked up the loose puck. Now Jones at the line, gives off to Weiss, left point. Down low for Galt, skates it into the right circle. Passes this one up to Jones. Far side feed, they move it across. Weiss left circle, looking for the slot. But Galt couldn't pick it up, and Omaha with a now far circle. Conley couldn't play it forward. Dashke blocked his attempt and is able to clear this one over the line with 20 seconds to go in the power play and 10.5 left in the first period. Mavericks right back in. They storm to the offensive zone. Galt got it up to the line, fired in there by Jones. Wide to the net on the ice. And the RedHawks here digging in the near corner. Dashke gets it free and rifles it off high glass and all the way back down the ice. And the penalty here will expire to Alec Mahalik, and the RedHawks go 1 for 1 on the penalty kill so far tonight.
The 51st in the nation penalty kill for the RedHawks. They come up victorious on that kill. See if they can capitalize on the momentum on the penalty kill.
Good way to start it off. Omaha with a flurry in the offensive zone. A shot came in from the line off the stick of Lawson McDonald, off a stick it out of play. And that stops the clock with 9:51 to go in the first period. RedHawks and Mavericks knotted at 0 so far. You're listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
1 in 3 adults in America have pre-diabetes, but most don't know it. To let people know it can be reversed before it becomes type 2 diabetes, professional basketball player Julius Randle is doing everything in reverse.
I'm only dunking with reverse windmills. I drove the whole way to practice in reverse. I don't recommend it. This move's called the reverse shuffle. I do recommend it. And it took me months to learn how to speak in reverse. like this. Years 10 almost for diabetes type 2 with living Ben has mama. In other words, my mom has been living with type 2 diabetes for almost 10 years. So together, we want to say to the 84 million Americans at risk, exercise and healthy eating can help reverse prediabetes. Start by taking a simple 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Bet he can't say that in reverse.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke. I couldn't speak or walk.
150 over 90, and I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure sounds like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from silent. Get back on your treatment plan or talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Head to toe, everything's changed.
Brought to you by the American Stroke Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Face off to the left of Ryan Larkin. 9:51 to go, first period. Patrick Geshan, Kenny Schierlinger are back with you here at Steve Kennedy Arena. Game one of this two-game set between the Mavericks and the RedHawks. Josh Melnick's supposed to take the draw for Miami. He got kicked out, and Scott Corbett will step in and take the draw here up against the Mavericks. They win the draw here, and the RedHawks quickly take it back. Grant Hutton gets it up to Gordy Green right side. Melnick played it into the far corner, and then it's wrapped around the boards behind the Maverick net. And Omaha takes over, a little 2-on-1 the other way. Here it is, carrying it down, and a fired shot from the right circle was Conley. Now it comes up to the near boards. And picked up by the Mavericks again, as John Schultz had it for a second. Now Ward with it in the corner. Plays this one up, and out to center as the Mavericks couldn't keep it in. Jason Smallage had it for a second. Now Morelli has it in over the RedHawk line. Backhand feed to Olofsson behind the net. And up the right side boards. Played it up to Kadepke behind the Miami net. Morelli now circles back with it for Omaha. Up to the right point. Mavericks with it here. It's fired in off his skate. And Phil Nyes has it at center. A little race down the right side at Gilling with him. And he lost the puck to the right corner. Gilling trying to take it back. Mose came in for support. Couldn't grab it there. The Mavericks back in over the RedHawk line up the far side. That was Kadepke trying to feather one in there. Now Mose has it in the far corner. Russell came in to try to snatch it away from him, and Omaha takes it behind the net. They get it up to the left side. It's Kadepke with it. Played it up to the top of the circle as his shot got blocked. Russell plays it back to center. And Kadepke now will play this one far side where it's taken back by Bray Crowder, but the Mavericks able to block down the clearing attempt and they keep it in the zone. Played up there by Alfred. They slide it across. Kadepke left point, played it in, got past Larkin. Conley picks up the loose puck behind the net. Ben Lown with a nice stick check on him. Tried to steal it in the corner, but coming in for support was Riley Alfred. Now Lown rifles it behind the RedHawk net, and Ork Russell plays it up the right side. Gilling up to center. Trying to connect with Christian Mose. The icing will be waved off as he couldn't get the pass. Ben Loud shoved down from behind in the corner. No call in the Maverick end. Now Omaha steals it away and they're into the offensive zone, but stopped at the line. And here comes Loud up the left side for Miami. He gets in over the line, but not soon enough as the RedHawks whistled for an offside. They had two men going on the rush. And it looked like, well, Ben Lown was offside as Jonathan Gruden stepped in over the line a little bit for him.
Crowd's voicing their displeasure there. I don't know if they're happy with either of those calls there with Ben Lown or going down there on the possible cross check, but nonetheless, RedHawks are just going to have to keep on playing here, trying to scratch away at a goal.
Yep. This one came in on Wenninger. He's able to cover up, and the face-off will be to his right with 7.5 to go in the first period. RedHawks still only have one shot on goal. And Omaha right now carrying 5. Nice crowd here with 7.5 to go in the first period. This building rocking tonight as Gruden plays it up to the line, and Rimshaw with a nice slap shot right off the face-off, glove down by Wenninger. And that takes 3 seconds off the clock. The face-off will go to his right. And my year's going to change. Go ahead.
2 weeks ago with River Rimshaw, he had that slap shot go in the back of the net, really kind of lit a fire into the RedHawks, and unable to get the win in the second game of the series against Colorado College, but it did pump some life into him getting a goal there, and it was a decent series for Rimshaw, who came up hurt for the Minnesota Duluth series.
Yep. Mavericks control the puck in their own end. They get it back to center. Morelli played it across. Konecny down the left side boards. A backhand feed up to Morelli. And then it's played up to Melnick in the left circle, who took control. Long stretch pass, finds Green at the line. Corbett down the left side of the Maverick. Yeah, wraps around the net. The centering feed in front. Past the stick of Hutton, and then Melnick keeps it in the zone and backhands it into the far corner. Green steals it in the far half wall. Stick handles his way down to the goal line. Leaves it for Melnick, far corner. Shoved down from behind, and we're going to get a penalty call on that as Konecny got his stick up. Rimshaw shot from the line, goes to Green, top of the left circle. Who plays it down low here. Melnick centering pass across. Couldn't be gloved down by Gruden. Puck along the near boards, and RedHawks still with control. Corbett, a shot from the line. Rebound in front is coved up by Wenninger. And the delayed penalty going to go against Omaha. Some extracurriculars in front of the net. With the Mavericks here trying to push the RedHawks off of Wenninger. And Miami will get their first power play of the weekend here as Konecny's going to go.
RedHawks had a couple of chances there in the 6-on-5. Did a very good job working around the puck and had a pretty good opportunity there. So that puck scored it out of Wenninger for a second there, but Melnick unable to be there for the rebound. He had the open net there in the left side of the net.
They're actually going to take Jason Smallage. So he's going to sit 2 minutes for cross-checking here with 6:23 to go in the first period. So Mahalik here up the right side. The centering pass across for Dashke, who plays it into the near corner. Phil Nyes had the puck for the RedHawks for a second. And a little battle along the wall is played up here to Mahalik. Cross-ice feed, looking for Derek Dashke, who fired the puck wide. Yelling up the right side. Mahalik slides it over. Dashke waits left point. Near circle, it was Gilling who had it. Now left circle, a shot from Dashke, got gloved down by Wenninger. The rebound comes to the near half wall, and it is Gilling centering feed across. And Ben Loud wide open in the far circle. A one-time attempt that couldn't quite connect. And Larkin here will control for the RedHawks and is able to lead one back for Mahalik. So Mahalik will wait behind his own net. RedHawks regroup, and he'll see it this one up the middle. And a backhand feed for Gordy Green. He left it there for Melnick at center. Melnick in over the Maverick line to the right circle. He will try to feather this one up to the right point. He got past Grant Hutton and all the way back down to the Omaha end. Ryan Galt, the first to it for the Mavericks, will scan it down behind the net. As Hutton took him down, and now Karch Pocket feeds up for Gordy Green at center. And over the Maverick line, a dish over to Melnick, and it was not timed correctly as the RedHawks enter offside with 41 seconds to go in the penalty and 5:03 left in the first period. And that's the third offside on a rush tonight for Miami.
Power play started off good for the RedHawks and unable to get anything going the last minute or so. So they got 41 seconds to work with, trying to get on the board. First time in a game in a long time.
Yep. Grant Hutton has the puck for the RedHawks. Backhand play, finding Jonathan Gruden up the left side. They backhand it in deep to the zone. John Schultz plays it off high glass and back out to center. Then a little race here as Keck got to it first for the Mavericks and played it on Larkin, but Hutton now will take control of the rebound and pass it out to center. Russell in over the line, got hit hard there by Dean Stewart, and the puck went behind the net. With 5 seconds to go on the power play, and the Mavericks will race it back up to the RedHawk end as Smallage will exit the box. Miami takes it over at the Maverick line as it will be Rourke Russell to skate it deep into the zone. Now it is Monty Graham left circle who fired a shot in on Wenninger, and he makes the save with 4:11 to go in the first period. Miami University and the University of Nebraska Omaha scoreless with 4:11 left in the opening frame. And this is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
You're not wired to have a response to this sound. You're neutral to it, and you can hear it repeatedly without feeling anything. But when we introduce a new stimulus, save the food, we've achieved pulling a natural or inborn response from you. Save the food. Why are we doing this, you may ask? Save the food. Because this ad is trying to change the world's behavior through brainwashing. Because 40% of all food in the US never gets eaten. Save the food. And that costs a family of four $1,500 a year. Save the food. Cha-ching. It's worsening climate change through the release of methane gas. Save the food. Cha-ching. And it's wasting precious natural resources like our fresh water. Save the food. Cha-ching. So when you hear this sound, don't be neutral.
4:11 to go, first period. Face off to the right of Evan Weniger in the Omaha end, and it will be Casey Gilling to face off for Miami. He wins it, and River Rimshaw fired a puck from the left point that bounced over a few sticks and went wide. Casey Gilling with it behind the RedHawk net, skates it up in a pass to the middle. Phil Nyes with a slap shot, patted away by Weniger. Puck now in the far corner. Nyes digging at it with Gilling. They get it up to the line. Rimshaw, nice shot from the left point. And a little wrister that went near the ground. And now some pushing and shoving in front of the Omaha net. As these two teams kind of being a little rough early on in this game. They met back November 2nd and 3rd in Omaha. And they split the series that weekend. Miami won the Friday night game 4-1. That was part of a 4-game winning streak they had in October and November. They lost the Saturday night game 6-3. The Mavericks took that one. So these teams with a little bit of history, but hasn't been very recent in terms of the hockey season. As now the referee, Tim Walsh, is scanning to both benches and saying, enough of this stuff. We're not going to put up with it. Referee's trying to manage the game. It's just the first period of the Friday night game, and if it's already getting that rough, then I guess you kind of got to do something. Puck gets center, turned over. RedHawks in over the Maverick line. Gruden centering pass. Bachman had some room, and he fired it off the blocker of Weniger. RedHawks with the puck along the near half wall. Gruden played it down low to the corner. Ben Lown wraps it behind the Maverick net. Russell, the centering feed across, and Lown coughed it up on the one-timer. Now Russell plays it in from the left wing side, and Mavericks will get this one back out to center as Bray Crowder from Miami tried to play it in from the red line, but it got blocked down. And the puck wraps around behind the RedHawk net as Pulkkinen played it in from center. Perch Bachman up the left side for Miami. He's got it at center. Dishes one across to the near boards as they're in over the Maverick line, and Bray Crowder just got lit up along the near half wall. I couldn't quite see who made the hit, but he absolutely got destroyed, his full 6'6" body. And now Omaha with a shot at the top of the far circle, and their offensive end is stopped by Larkin as that one came in from Tristan Keck in the fourth line, and Bray Crowder just got upended with no call along the near side of the ice.
Yeah, that was the same thing as getting decleated there, as getting deskated over there right in front of the student section. And Bray Crowder, not an easy guy to knock off his feet, like you said, 6'6", 201. And that's definitely not going to help if the referees are already trying to keep it at a minimum, the chippiness. So that's going to maybe upset some people over there at the RedHawk bench.
But you got to play on. The face-off here is won by Omaha. They keep it into the zone, but then it deflects back out to center ice. RedHawks have taken over the lead in shots, 9-7-2, with 2:32 to go in the first period. Puck got the far half wall, RedHawk end. Dashke plays it to center. Taken there by Olofsson, and a cross-ice feed over for Schultz, who lost it in front of his own bench. So Olofsson has to come in for support, and Omaha will regroup back in their own end. And here's a pass up through center. The icing waved off as they're trying to connect for Morelli. He's the first to it behind the goal line, and then the puck comes up to Melnick at the right half wall. Plays it out to center. RedHawks will get it there. Dashke, the backhand feed for Green, who got in over the line but lost it. Melnick comes in. Then the right circle a shot, and Dashke there not quite soon enough for the rebound as the puck now in the far corner. They'll center this one again, and now picked up here by Sinnard at the right point, but he has to skate it back out to center. And then Dashke will return it back to him here, and Sinnard and Dashke will play catch in the Miami end. Dashke up the left side, connects at the Maverick line with Green. Fires it below the goal line for Wenninger, who stopped it there. Now a loose puck in the slot. Mavericks get to it just in time before the RedHawks could bounce at an opportunity. And now Miami takes the puck back at center after the Omaha clear. Backhanded in behind the net by Bachman, and Miami gets a full 5-man change and men into the zone. As Konepke with the puck here behind the Maverick net with 1:10 to go in the first period. And still no score between the 7th and 8th placed teams in the NCHC coming into the weekend. Trevor Rimshaw behind the RedHawk net. Pass this one up to the far half wall. Here's Phil Nyes, who gets some room at it through center. He played a little backhander there into the near corner of the Maverick zone and goes in hard against Morelli. Now the puck along the near half wall, and a battle ensues there as 3 RedHawk forwards are in that scrum. The puck squirts out to the far side. Rimshaw left circle, played it in front, and Laval tipped it wide, and it came back out to the slot. Russell kept it in from the line, and then a shot from Gilling, patted away by Wenninger with 22 seconds to go in the first period. Russell keeps it in from the line, and it goes to the near corner as it wrapped around the boards, and Lawson McDonald will calm this one down for Omaha. Conley plays it at center in front of the benches, and Miami with the puck behind their own net with 6 seconds to go in the first period. Russell has it. He's just going to stick handle it behind Larkin. The clock runs down to 0 seconds, and the horn will sound to win the festivities of the first 20 minutes. RedHawks end the period with 11 shots on goal. Omaha has 7, but the score knotted at 0. Kenny after 20.
That last 5 minutes or so for the RedHawks were something that we haven't seen from them. They were just getting at the net and keeping it in the Omaha zone, and if they keep playing like that, I think they're going to be fine just for this series. They're going to hit pay dirt eventually if they keep on throwing shots at the net. A couple of those were just wide of the net, and the fans, you could hear the student section over there. I think a couple of them thought some of those were just going to get in the back of the net, depending on the angle you're looking at, because there was some open space there. As I think the RedHawks are going to do just fine if they keep on playing like they do. If they can just go, they don't even have to regroup in the locker room. Just go in there and say, hey, this is what we need to do, and just keep that 5 minutes in mind and kind of keep that mindset the rest of the game and take it into the second period.
So we'll take a quick break here for the first intermission, and we'll be back with you for the second period call as Miami and Omaha beginning the first game of this weekend series. Scoreless after 20 minutes in the second period. Coming up next, you're listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Welcome to Office Hours with Kenny Schierlinger, a show that takes you into the offices of the brightest minds in academia without making you feel like you are sitting in a lecture hall at 8 a.m. I'm your host, Kenny Schierlinger. In each show, I will be sitting down with a professor at Miami University to have a conversation about their specialties and how they relate to the everyday person. This is episode 1. I sit down with Dr. Valeria Freisinger, who is an associate professor at Miami University. Dr. Freisinger earned her bachelor's degree from York College of Pennsylvania before moving on to University of Wisconsin-Madison, where she earned her master's and PhD. Her background is in leisure, adult development, and aging. Her scholarly work primarily focuses on 3 related areas: gendered experiences of leisure across the life course, the relationship between leisure and adult development and aging, and finally, issues of opportunity and constraint, globalization, and sustainability in leisure. She has many research publications and took the time out of her busy schedule to sit down with me. So I want to welcome in Dr. Freisinger for having a conversation with us. We're going to go into taking a look at the world's population and its aging and how age stereotyping and ageism affects us, generational shifts, and finally fitness technology that has seemed to take the population by storm. Let's first start off with the aging of the world's population. We are getting older as a world's population. Tell us more about that. Is it a negative? Is it a positive thing? I know that people could maybe interpret that 2 different ways.
Yeah, no, you're right. And one of the things that I think, if you are tuned in at all to the news and media, you can't be unaware of the fact that the world's population is aging. That's affected by a lot of factors. And some countries are experiencing this aging of their populations at faster rates than others. And it's affected by many things like birth rates, things like migration, younger generations moving out, moving to other parts of the world. It's also affected by things like famine and war and epidemics that tend to have a greater negative impact on the youngest and the oldest. They die at higher rates during those kinds of things. And also social policy, social and economic policy tremendously impacts the aging of the population because it impacts children and how many children individuals choose to have. I think the best example of that is China, and it's a place that many of us know, for many years had a one-child policy. And they got rid of that policy in 2015, and they are now encouraging young couples to have children because their population was aging and there wasn't enough younger people to support the aging population. Yeah, so it's a really, there's so many different factors that play into this, but certainly a huge factor in the aging of the world's population is the increased longevity because of improvements in healthcare, nutrition, all those types of things that all of us are more and more aware of. People participating more in physical activity, including sport and exercise and all those kind of things, eating better if it's possible, and that has had a huge impact as well. So it's an interesting question, positive or negative. I mean, I think if you would look at the media and much of what the media presents, we have this idea that this is something we should be worried about, and it's seen as more a negative. And I think a lot of that is very much driven by economics. The idea that, if you have a lot of older people, you have a lot of people in need of high cost health care and health interventions, and that somehow, puts a stress on the economy and will end up bankrupting us. I mean, you hear that about Social Security all the time. Can we afford, Social Security in the future? And programs like Medicare and Medicaid and so on. So I think there's a lot of misconceptions, though, about being older and older adults, and the negative tends to get played out in the media. But I think what it ignores are the many contributions that older people make to our society, and not just ours, but older people in societies around the world. And part of that is certainly, for example, volunteering. Older people have higher rates of volunteering than any other age group. They also, from an economic perspective, older adults are seen as a huge consumer market. And so increasingly, companies are catering to older people because they're seen as, at least some of the individuals, have money to spend. And so in that way, they contribute to the economy of a society. But also just in terms of having long life experiences and being able to look at problems and challenges that we face as a society in a different way. I mean, they've lived through a lot, and they know life is ups and downs. And I think there's a lot of experience that older adults can bring to what we choose to do in the direction we choose to take as a society.
How can stereotyping age affect how we look differently at people?
Well, I think a key thing to think about first are what I would call the many meanings of age. So, for example, chronological age is strictly years since birth. So it tells us how many years a person has been alive. But increasingly, for example, in later life, people who study aging and are interested in policy and services for older adults think about old age as at least having two different populations. We think about active older who are vital and healthy and very involved and engaged in society. And then we think about frail older who perhaps have more needs and things like that. But there's such variability in that. We are more unalike or more heterogeneous, more different in old age than we are at any other point in life, just as a matter of having lived as long as we have and having so many different life experiences. And so in the scientific or research community, we talk about primary aging, which is kind of normal disease-free aging. We talk about secondary aging, which is aging due to things, lifestyle, which I know later we're going to talk about fitness technology, and that's a huge part of lifestyle is your physical activity levels. And then we also talk about tertiary aging. So there's different ways to think about aging. And I think in terms of stereotypes, that's what's lost. Because in stereotyping, we see people who look a particular way as having a set of shared characteristics. So just because individuals, may have gray or white hair, they may have their muscle tone may be less than it was earlier in life, or perhaps it takes them longer to cross the street or something like that. We make all kinds of other assumptions about that person in terms of their abilities, their interests, and the things they can bring to our society. And so stereotyping is a huge issue, and ageism, which comes out of stereotyping, is discriminating against people just because of their age. And what that, again, ignores is tremendous diversity of old age. You could have two 65-year-olds who are totally different in terms of ability and health status. It also ignores what I would call the overlapping lines. So while on average, for example, older people may on average be physically less strong than, let's say, those in midlife, still, if we look at the range of physical strength in older adults, there will be some older adults who are stronger than some of those in midlife. So stereotyping lumps everybody together and ignores that there is tremendous diversity. And with that, it also then often limits the opportunities that people have to engage in meaningful ways in their communities and society.
Yeah, like we said, like, for example, you could have even like the harmless statement, like having a senior moment, or you're too old to be doing those things, or even just like harmless marketing campaigns that are anti-aging products, like non-wrinkle products, or non-graying hair products, stuff like that. And I think a lot of people kind of just don't even think about that twice. And it it could be a problem.
Yeah, it could. And, advertisers and marketers take advantage of those perceptions that we tend to have. And there's a lot of stereotyping of older people, but there's also a lot of stereotyping of younger people and of like college students. College students get lumped together too as all sharing the same kinds of qualities and characteristics and problems and challenges and issues. But advertisers play a lot on those beliefs that we have in our society, and because they attract our attention. So if you have a commercial that shows an older person water skiing or snowboarding, it attracts your attention because you don't expect an older person to be doing that. And then the issue becomes, is that helping to change images of old age in a positive way? Or is it just playing on a stereotype that people see those individuals as the exception, that it still doesn't represent the vast majority of older adults?
So kind of transitioning a little bit, ironically getting into generational shifts. What are some of the generational shifts that we are seeing in the United States and around the world?
Well, baby boomers here in North America are a huge shift in what it's going to mean to get older. Baby boomers not only are a large demographic in our population, the post World War II with the increased birth rates, they also bring with them a whole set of attitudes because they grew up in the era of the civil rights movement, the women's rights movement, actually the aging rights movement. The Gray Panthers is a advocacy organization for older adults that fights for the rights of and opportunities for older adults. And they grew up in that era, the 60s and 70s, where they felt like they shouldn't be limited in life opportunities because of things like race or gender or age. So they're going to come into old age not expecting to be to have limits placed on them. And I think you're seeing some real changes. For example, one of the things we see in terms of retirement specifically are one of the things is that individuals are choosing not to retire or to retire later. Sometimes that's financially driven, but for those who are relatively affluent, it's a matter of having meaningful engagement, and so they choose not to retire. Or a big growing area is older people who reach kind of official retirement age, and they take on a new career. And there's now schools and programs that are geared towards the 60-some-year-olds saying, explore your passion for life after retirement. Maybe it's winemaking. Maybe it's raising goats and making goat cheese. I mean, there's all kinds of opportunities that are out there that, again, marketers are aware of and that appeal to baby boomers who are in their 60s at this point. Another shift that we're seeing is in housing or residential life. So increasingly we're seeing what's called continuum of care communities. And those are communities where there's independent housing, but then there's also semi-independent, and then there's assisted living, and then there's skilled nursing care. And so the idea is aging in place. The idea is that people can start out with, if they're married with their spouse or with their partner, they can start off living independently. If one of them has health problems, they can be close by in assisted living and then come back to the independent living. But as their health status and what we call functional health, their ability to take care of themselves, engage in activities of daily living, as that changes, they can change the kind of setting in which they live. And those are increasingly appealing. And in fact, we have one right here in Oxford, which is, as you know.
Oxford.
Ready to begin the second period from Steve Kane Arena at Oxford. Alongside Kenny Schierlinger, I'm Patrick Geshan. Miami and Omaha scoreless as the puck is dropped at center ice. The Mavericks take control. Off the face-off, it's played in by Dean Stewart to the near boards. And Frederick Olofsson had it in the corner and played it up to Scott Corbett, who took over there for the RedHawks. And they're in over the Maverick line. Melnick dashed it off to Gordon Green. Hutton misplayed it there. Now Olofsson down the left side of the RedHawks defensive end, but never could get a clean shot off. And now the RedHawks with it up the far boards. Gordon Green in the right circle, trying to center it in front. It went off his stick, and Corbett couldn't bat it out of midair. And now the RedHawks are going to be called for a penalty as Ward was hit badly along the near boards by Corbett, who was trying to finish his check. And both referees with their arms up here had it called. Gordon Green came away with the puck and fired it on, but the whistle blew before the shot.
Yeah, it's something you don't want to see there, as he had his head go right against the glass there as Corbett's going to go to the penalty box. And he looks like he's shaking, or maybe he's just chirping a little bit over there. He maybe looked like he was shaking up for a second. But I think Ward not happy with that hit. He's going to have to go get checked out there by the trainer.
So all four officials are going to get together here in front of the penalty box to discuss this, and they're going to go in and take a look at it on the video replay monitor. As Taylor Ward, part of the Omaha first line, which is definitely their most lethal, and if they missed any piece of that, it would dismantle their offense a lot. Taylor Ward, the starting right winger tonight, 6'2", 197, freshman out of Kelowna, BC. And through 25 games this year, has scored 7 goals, had 15 assists for a total of 22 points. So the officials will review this play. Just 37 seconds into the period, the RedHawks lead the shots 11-7. And Kenny, if we look at the Miami start in that first period, and you saw a lot of offensive opportunities, plenty of good defensive plays, and they got it going here early on in the second, but you got possibly time to kill off a 5-minute major here.
Yeah, it's not what you want here, as they kind of picked up right where they left off. A couple of those kind of chances they had, they're just kind of forcing a little bit late passes there. Maybe that last opportunity right before the hit, it looked like they should have just, I can't remember who was coming down the ice, but he tried to kick it out and center it, but it was a pretty good opportunity, and they had some good opportunities there. But yeah, you don't want to have to kill off a 5-minute penalty here right when you're starting to get it going, kind of bleeding over from the first period into this second period. The RedHawks are looking pretty well off, and that's not what you want to see. And you definitely want to see Corbett even miss tomorrow too, because they're going to be looking at this for a while here, and it's going to go up to review to the NCHC offices, and hopefully it won't be carried on until tomorrow, but they're looking at it pretty well here. At our old spot, we'd see exactly what they're looking at. But
yeah, we are stuck up in the top right corner above the Omaha net right now. We're in the corner of the arena up against a brick wall. So if we stand straight, we're facing the top row of bleachers. So we kind of have to look sideways here on the ice. As the game tonight broadcast nationally on CBS Sports Network, part of their package of NCHC games this season. So Tim Walsh has gotten off the monitor in the penalty box, and the door's going to open here, and we'll see where they place Corbett. And it looks like it's going to be just 2 minutes as he's remained seated in the penalty box. So Tim Walsh will go over to Mike Gabinet, give him an explanation on the Omaha bench. And our other official tonight, Tom Stearns, wearing the orange bands as a referee, explaining the call to Rico Blasi.
So that's probably going to pick up the chippiness again here in this second period. As a couple of weeks ago in the middle Minnesota-Duluth series, Grant Hutton had a big hit on one of the Duluth players right in about the same spot of the ice. And after that, the game got really chippy, and the rest of that series was chippy after that. So let's see if the referees can keep both these teams at bay and see if the RedHawks can kill off this penalty and keep the momentum going on offense.
So the RedHawks here to the penalty kill for the second time tonight, and they win the face-off in the defensive end and fire it right back down the ice. And it's picked off by Ryan Jones behind the Omaha net. Dishes one off left side, and Polkinen states it in over the RedHawk line. This one played behind the RedHawk net, and up to the right point, it's kept back in by Jones. And the RedHawks able to take control in their own end and clear this one back. As Jones will take it here behind the Omaha line and skate it up right side. Almost pass it forward. Connolly couldn't grab it there. And Kirch Bachman will give it back to Rourke Russell just to waste some extra time. Who puts it back into the Omaha end. And the Redhawks here with a nice aggressive forecheck on the PK as Bachman came in to try to steal the puck away. And then Jones ends up with it behind the Maverick net, as that attempt was unsuccessful. So Jones skates it up the left side, gets to the red line, fires it into the RedHawk end. The puck took a weird bounce behind the cage and coming away with a Taylor Ward down the right side. Wraps this one up to Olofsson at the far half wall. Nyes trying to dance around him to get the puck. Centers this one up for Bachman, who got hit along the far boards. And now Omaha will skate this one and stop behind their own net. Stewart played it up the left side. Olofsson in over the line, dished it over to Morelli. Now they have it in the near corner. Up to the line, a pass for Stewart, right point. Sends it over for Olofsson, a shot. And a rebound went off the pad of Larkin and it was cleared away by Russell. And Miami gets a full four-man change with 19 seconds to go in the boarding minor to Scott Corbett. Stewart skates it up the left side. Mavericks play it in from neutral ice as they didn't quite get to the line. That was Fredrik Olofsson, and it went off the netting and out of play. So 2.5 minutes into the second period, 7 seconds to go on the Corbett minor. The Miami penalty kill doing a good job there to weather the storm.
They've looked very good on the kill so far tonight. Put in some difficult situations. They had to kill off the first penalty of the game, and as they were starting to get going here in the second period, they faced 7 more seconds of this power play against them.
Yep. They win the neutral ice face-off and play this one up. Gordy Green couldn't grab it as he was held up at the Maverick line. The penalty expires. Corbett out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5 as Stewart spins one around at the middle and played it below the RedHawk goal line. And now the Mavericks will have this one in the near corner. Taken back though by Melnick. The bad pass picked off in the circle, and the RedHawks back to center with a puck. Off the left side, all alone is Corbett, is centering feet across. Dashke's stick was up in the air, couldn't catch it. And then Primo plays this one behind the Maverick nets, picked up here by Schultz, who reverses direction as Green played defense. Schultz pass up the left side, he couldn't connect, and it's going to be an icing as the intended target, Tristan Keck, can never get a stick on it at the far wall. And the puck comes all the way back down to the Omaha end here for a face-off to the left of Weniger with 16:43 to go in the second.
Redhawks will now pick up where they left off here on the offensive end, trying to get that first goal.
Puck one back off the draw, shot from the top of the circle. Went wide from Bachman. He's got the puck now at the side of the net, trying to stuff it in and went off the stick of Weniger. Omaha can't get it out. Ben Lown fired it across, and Bachman a shot on Weniger. The rebound coming in was Lown. He stuffed it wide. Lown with a near circle, played it into the slot. Here's a rebound after a shot by Russell. It's still loose in front of Weniger. He hadn't covered it yet, with bodies falling down, and now some pushing and shoving after a whistle. As the Redhawks with several attempts there to get a clean shot off, and Weniger gets in front of all of them. And Miami right now leads the shot 16-8.
Who is this team, Patrick? We're seeing them flying around the Omaha net and throwing pucks everywhere and getting opportunities. If Bachman almost stuffed it in there. Nice move by him, wrapping around, and almost had a yard sale out there and almost kind of got like a junk goal, but they still have an opportunity here with the face-off in their end.
Right. So the face-off here to the left of Weniger. Phil Nyes gets the puck on the RedHawk win, try to charge up the left side of the cage. Spin around shot went off his own man, Mose, in front of the net. Now at the right point, controlled by Green. A shot there went off his stick and on the ice. Weniger able to get a stick on that and play it to the corner. Eyes up to the right point. Green's across the line for Dashke. He rifled a wrister wide off high glass behind the net. Now the puck along the far boards, and Green try to play it to the corner. It's played out by McDonald, and the Redhawks come back in offside as Gilling tried to sell the call, but the puck up in the air a little bit too far past the line as he was trying to glove it down with 15:47 to go in the second.
Bang bang play there as RedHawk fans didn't like with that, thought that Gillen kept it in, as RedHawks are applying the pressure as much as possible against Evan Winokur.
So 15:47 to go in the second. And the RedHawks are going to win this face-off at neutral ice and play it deep into the Maverick end. Winokur behind the net to stop it, and Stewart will pass it up to the center line. And now in over the line comes Olofsson in the slot. Couldn't get a clean shot off. A little backhand play was sticked away by Larkin. Puck up the left side boards. A shot in there from Konecny. Gets his own rebound in the left circle. And Larkin got a shoulder on it. And now we're going to get a penalty here against the RedHawks. It was called at center ice. And it's going to be a holding minor against Miami as play was in the defensive zone. Ork Russell's going to go for 2 minutes. And Omaha will get their third power play chance of the night.
RedHawks just beating themselves here, just trying to kill their own momentum with another penalty kill coming up. They've played well on the kill tonight, but they might be testing their luck here.
It happened in front of the net. Ork Russell was holding Galt's stick, and the puck kind of came across on a shot attempt, and Galt was unable to play it. So a good call by Tim Walsh, the official at center. The majority of the fans didn't see it. Face off here to the left of Larkin, won by the Mavericks. Stewart with it, middle line, passes it across. Morelli walked it down and then plays it up to Olofsson. He skates it down the far half wall. Back to Stewart at the line. Stewart walks it to the right side, on across. Olefsky fired a shot from the line. It's in front and loose. And Larkin able to stick that one over to Melnick, who plays this one all the way back down the ice in a clear behind to the Omaha net. 30 seconds here into the power play. Stewart dishes off right side. Jordan a backhand feed. Here's Olofsson up through the circle. Dishes over to Ward. Nice move there in the circle. And he couldn't get a shot off. It's loose in front. And Larkin able to make the cover. As Ward made a move on Rimshaw in the right circle, but he never quite got it off his stick. The puck just trickled in on net. And with 1:17 to go in the power play, Ryan Larkin having a pretty stellar game tonight. And we remain scoreless with 14:35 to go in the second.
Yeah, Ryan Larkin looks like he's got his confidence back there. Very nice save there. That was a great opportunity there for Omaha. And Taylor Ward made a nice move to get to the net there. And Larkin standing on his head tonight.
So the face-off to Larkin's left, one back by Omaha. They have trouble keeping it in, but will. As now the puck along the near half wall on the RedHawks, struggling to try to dig it out. Melnick just ran into his own man, Phil Nyes. And Hutton able to softly get it out to center, and it's taken here by Ryan Jones for Omaha on his own end, but he coughed it up, and Nyes almost getting an opportunity, but Tyler Weiss takes control. Now turnover at center. Here's Ben Lown, all alone, 1 against 4, fired a shot. As he came in over the line, Winiger gloved it down, and now he's going to play it as Ryan Jones skates it from back behind his own net.
Looked like it was going to be ice in there for a second. Ben Long thought the play was about to get whistled dead.
Yep, Tyler Weiss in over the RedHawk line. They get it to the near circle, a play in front, and they score. And it's a power play goal for Omaha. Timu Pulkkinen got his centering feed across from Zach Jordan, I believe. And the Omaha Mavericks take the first goal in this game. They lead it 1-0, a power play tally with 13:50 left in the second.
And just like that, they tested their luck a little bit too much in the penalty kill. Kind of lost track of the puck there as Omaha worked it into the zone, and nothing really Ryan Larkin could do there when they cross his face and can't cover that much ground if you're asking a little bit too much. So tough bounce there for the RedHawks as they were kind of asking for it with those 2 penalties in a row. So they're going to have to play catch up here in this second period.
It was Pulkkinen who scored the goal. The pass will be, or the assist rather, from Ryan Gold, who made the pass across. So Omaha up 1-0, and the RedHawks again, Kenny, find themselves down 1-0 in a game. They haven't scored first in a long time. It's been at least 10 games now. Schultz at center trying to play this one into the RedHawk end, but it's going to be icing as he was behind the red line. And so Miami finds itself in a very familiar spot, playing from behind with 13:21 to go in the second period, and we'll get immediate timeout. So Omaha 1, Miami 0 on the goal from Pulkkinen. Actually, no media timeout. It was icing as they started the dance cam here at Steve Caney Arena. Face off to the right of Weniger. And Ben Lown will skate this one down the near half wall in the Miami offensive zone. RedHawks trying to answer here fairly quickly after the Omaha power play goal. Bachman came out from the corner, finds room in the circle, but he got sticked away, and we're going to get a penalty here. As Schultz was going against Bachman, and a slashing call will be against him as he got a little too aggressive on the stick. And Schultz, is going to sit for 2, so the RedHawks will have a perfect opportunity on the power play when we return to Steve Caney Arena. 13:06 to go in the second period. The Mavericks up 1-0, and this is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Some of the best sounds you'll ever hear are generic, safe, effective, even money-saving, just like FDA-approved generic drugs. Even if they don't come in the exact same color or shape as their brand name equivalents, they have the same key ingredients and go through a rigorous review process. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today and visit fda.gov/generic drugs. Generics are safe, effective, and can save you money. You'll like the sound of that.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric.
13:06 to go, second period. Patrick Geshan, Kenny Schierlinger with you here from Oxford. As Omaha and Miami playing in game 1 of this 2-game series. The Mavericks lead at 1-0, and the RedHawks on the power play here. As Schultz will sit 2 minutes for slashing, and the face-off won by Omaha, but they can't get it out of the zone far side. Hutton try to play it to the near half wall. RedHawks get it to the middle. Bachman it cross, and a bouncing puck cannot be finished off by Gruden. RedHawks take back the clearing attempt, though. It's Green coming out of his own corner. Finds Hutton at the line. Cross ice for Melnick. And he fired a shot there from the far circle. Came back to Bachman, and he missed the net. Off the top of the right corner. Green down low as they get a centering pass over, but Bachman will pick it up at the point. Hutton now leaves it for Melnick. Couldn't get a clean release of the puck, and Gold there to pick up the loose biscuit and fire it down the ice. And behind the net, stopped there by Ryan Larkin as Hutton will wait for his men to retrieve in the defensive zone and skates it up to center. Dishes off far side. Gilligan over the Maverick line. Backhand feed for Hutton right side. Now Dashke left point. His shot blocked by McDonald. And Nyes has it now behind the Maverick net. Penlown off the boards. He will find Gilling. Skates it down the right half wall. Stops and goes up to the line. Green across. Dashke top of the left circle. Winds up. It went off a body and cleared by Omaha. As they were able to get the puck, Riley Alford setting it down from the far half wall. And now it's below the goal line in the RedHawks end with 36 seconds to go in the power play.
Gilling had trouble seeing the puck there, and if he would have saw it, he might have been able to bat it down and kept it in the zone.
Puck here along the far boards. RedHawks can't keep it in. Easy clearing attempt for Omaha as Miami lost momentum trying to get in over the line. And 20 seconds to go on the power play, and the RedHawks are going to have one last rush here from their own end. Casey Gilling dishes it near side. Dashke in over the line with it. Backhand feed over for Bachman. Down below for Gilling. At the far side, Dashke. Gilling again with the puck. Skates it up the far side. Gets it up to the right point here. It's played across for Dashke. Top to the left circle. Trying to feather his way through as the penalty expires. Never got a shot off. Gilling able to keep it in, though, for the RedHawks. And it is Soroki skating it up the right side. Backhand feed into the circle, taken over there by Olofsson. Couldn't backhand it out, though. Miami able to play it back in, and Konepke got control of the puck, though, for Omaha with no RedHawks in the zone, and out to center. Ward down the right side of the Miami end, taken back, though, by the RedHawks as his pass attempt back didn't work. And now Rimshine over the Maverick line. Get stripped of the puck in the far circle. Morelli in a rush back the other way for Omaha. Olafson with the puck in over the line with a little 3-on-3 the other way. Gold lefts it for Olafson in the slot. And a wide open look for him and an easy save for Larkin. He made it with the glove with 10:21 to go in the second. On a nice fast sequence there, and both teams going back and forth after the RedHawk power play chance.
This game's flowing along nicely here. Hasn't been as chippy as we thought it would be after the first period and a couple big hits later, but the RedHawks very, very meticulous on the Omaha end of the ice and have done a good job on offense tonight. They're just bound to get a goal if they keep on playing the way they can. They have been.
Puck now out at center. As the RedHawks here cannot control the puck. Poking it now down and over the Maverick line, left side. And it's taken back over by Rourke Russell. And the RedHawks get it in over the Maverick line. And Jimmy Schultz here plays it around the boards to the near side. Alfred with it for Omaha at center. As we reach the halfway point of this hockey game, it's 1-0 Omaha. Halfway through the second period. RedHawks play it out at center. Ben Lown caught the pass for a second, then left it behind. Gruden now down the far boards. A backhand feed across. And now it's played by Bachman. Centered it in front. Loose puck at the crease. And Lown couldn't finish. Bachman now in the corner. Lown trying to get the puck. Bachman comes away with it. The speed here has increased rapidly over the past 3 minutes or so. Nye stole the puck at center. Gilling in over the Maverick line, rather. Try to play that one to the middle. Schultz went off the boards, and now a little chip and chase the other way for Omaha, as it was Keck trying to get past his defender, which was Green, who stole it away, and now the RedHawks in over the Maverick line. Here is a centering pass in front, as it was Mose looking for the opportunity. Nyes in the far circle centered it, and Mose got a stick on it, but right to the glove of Wenninger. And Holtz play here with 9:03 to go in the second period. Omaha 1, Miami 0. It's a good one here in Oxford. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Did you know trespassing is the #1 complaint against snowmobilers by landowners and is a leading cause in lost snowmobiling access? Most land adjacent to snowmobile trails is closed to snowmobiling, so stay on the trail. No trespassing means no snowmobiling. Just because there are snowmobile tracks off-trail doesn't mean it's open or legal. Ask first and know the off-trail rules before you go. Brought to you by the American Council of Snowmobile Associations and the Federal Highway Administration. Visit snowmobileinfo.org.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with a sun protection factor, or SPF, of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn, and both cause cancer. But the perfect sunscreen doesn't count if you use it wrong. Don't.
Face off to the left of Evan Wenninger. Casey Gilling will go here against Ryan Gold. And the RedHawks, who lead the shots 19-14, find themselves down 1-0 to the University of Nebraska Omaha here in Oxford tonight. The face-off is won back by the Mavericks. They play it in their own zone, have some trouble getting out, but then finally grab it at center, and McDonald wraps it around the glass and to the far side as Ryan Gold grabs it there for Omaha. Mavericks here have it at the far half wall. It was Gilling trying to press the puck carrier up against the boards. It was Smallage. And now the puck taken back by the RedHawks here, who skates it up the far side in their own end. Cross-ice pass for River Rimshaw. Played it at center. Mose couldn't catch the pass to the Maverick line. And it came back to the middle and is now carried in by Casey Gilling, who backhands this one behind the net. Jones played it off the far boards. Taken here by Crowder. Shot from the line, went over the net. And now the puck here along the near side. And a shot from Russell, a wrister there that came in from the line, gloved down by Wenninger with 8:12 to go in the second. Miami leads the shots 20-14. And Kenny, we were looking during one of the media timeouts. We saw in the game notes the RedHawks have allowed the first goal in now 13 straight games and held a lead just twice in that span.
Yeah, and that's spanning over a couple of months, and definitely hasn't been a good start of the year for the RedHawks. 2019 unable to get a win. They're looking to get one this weekend and looking to get one tonight as they look good. They just got to keep on throwing the pucks at the net, and one of them's bound to go in.
Yep. So the puck here along the near boards, and Omaha will get it in their offensive end. As Rourke Russell along the far side for Miami couldn't play it. Now it comes behind the Red Hawk net, and Gruden tried to get this one out of the zone, but instead went off a Corbett's skate and back to the near boards. And then Miami wins the battle and is able to at least clear it out back to center. As the Red Hawks trying to trip over each other and get the puck into the zone, and then Ben Lown finally fires it in from the red line. Evan Wenninger backhands this one to Stewart, near corner of his own end for Omaha. Behind the net pass to Ken Epke as Miami sent 2 forecheckers into the zone. The puck backhanded out to center and then blocked down in an attempt for Morelli, who fired a wrist shot wide right as he came into the zone all alone. And Miami now trying to control the puck in their own end. Dashke near corner, gets it behind the net. Mahalik was hit after playing it back to the near side for Dashke, who played it out to center, and some room now for Melnick to skate it in over the line. Fired a shot from the high slot. Wenninger gloved it down. Melnick trying to get free for the rebound, and the puck ends up here in the near corner. Played off the glass. Gordy Green couldn't catch it at the line. The bouncing puck taken over by Morelli, who plays it in from center with 6:42 to go in the second period. And Miami here will stop behind their own net. It is Hutton who will wait for his men to regroup before Miami makes a charge up ice.
You can tell, since the last time we saw Miami 2 weeks ago at home, you can tell that Josh Melnick has made a big difference for the RedHawks on offense.
Hutton plays it off high glass. Schultz has it at center. Played it down below the left side. Omaha wraps this one up to the near boards, and now it is played here by the Mavericks as Schultz got it over to Tyler Weiss, who plays this one up the far side. Schultz now in over the Red Hawk line toward the middle, gets stripped to the puck. Monty Graham off the glass. We'll get this one back to center, and we get a high sticking violation here against the Mavericks. And the faceoff will come to the RedHawks offensive zone with 6 minutes to go in the second.
Chippiness starting to come to the surface here as you saw John Schultz over there shoving one of the RedHawks into his own bench. No call there on the extracurriculars, but I think the referees are becoming more conscious of both these players going after each other as this game is moving along nicely. 6 minutes to go in the second period. RedHawks just going to have to tie it up.
Omaha here will get the puck out of the zone and up to center with a face-off in their own end. Casey Gilling played it up to the near boards. Christian Mose skates it down the left side. Backhand pass for Rourke Russell, who skates it back to the red line and then dishes this one out. Russell with it again up to Phil Nyes in the middle of the ice, who almost got it up to center, and then we'll go back with it to Rimshaw, who's in his own end. Dished it off to Rourke Russell, skates it up to center. Casey Gilling tips it in front of the Red Hawk bench. Jones had it along the near boards, and now the puck comes to the near corner in the Omaha end. With players digging at it, Gruden in there, 1 against 2. And finally squirts free to the stick of Ryan Jones, and Omaha back up to center. Jones near side feed, as it was Spinner trying to skate it down the right side, but he got stripped by Gruden. And now a long stretch pass ahead, got tipped at center by Loud. The icing waved off as it goes down below the Omaha goal line. Loud takes control, a centering pass. Looking at front, but it was up in the air. Now Omaha takes it back, and up the right side is Alfred. He made a charge in on Larkin, but a nice save by him, and then the RedHawks back the other way. Here's Bachman down the far side and over the Maverick line. Dished it to the slot. Loud couldn't get a clean look. RedHawks defenseman coming off the bench. Hutton keeps it in at the line and rifled a slap shot wide. And the puck goes all the way back down to the Miami end to the far side, and Andrew Sinnard fresh off the bench to pick it up and stop behind the Red Hawk net. 4:22 to go in the second period. RedHawks lead the shots 21-15. Hutton shovels this one back up to center. Corbett couldn't grab it for Miami. Now it is Morelli who plays it in from center ice, left side, and wraps it around to the near boards for Ward. And then plays it back to the left side for Morelli at the far half wall now. The RedHawks trying to dig at the puck. Morelli comes away for Omaha. Plays it back below the RedHawk net. It is Hutton who traps Keck up there, and he goes down trying to carry the puck toward the corner. No call. And now Gordy Green gets it back out to center. Green in over the RedHawk line. He was going 2 against 4. He had Corbett with him. Corbett picks up the loose puck in the far corner. Schultz got hit. And the puck played up to the right side here as Crowder was going to go for a change, but instead played the puck in front of the RedHawk bench. And Grant Hutton now in his own end for Miami will skate this one up to center. Hutton up the near boards. Backhands one in behind the Maverick net. Jimmy Schultz will play it here for Omaha. And then we'll get this one to the near corner as Soroki comes in for Miami to stop the attempt. Schultz plays it across to Schultz. And the puck in the far corner stolen away by Miami. A centering feed in front by Soroki. And the puck loose in the slot there for a second. And Omaha takes it back. Morelli dishes off. Tyler Weiss down the left side of the RedHawk end. Takes it toward the zone. Goes behind the net. Nice hit there. He got stripped of the puck by Soroki. And the RedHawks can't gain full control until they win a battle along the near half wall. And it comes out to center. And then over the line they come. A shot in there. Saved by Weniger as he collected the puck off of the stick of Ripshaw. And we get a stoppage here with 2:41 to go in the second period. It's back and forth action at Steve Kennedy Arena in Oxford, but the Omaha Mavericks still up 1-0 on Miami. You're listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Don't sweat the technique.
Hi, Grandma. Can Nina come over for dinner?
Sure. I've been meaning to ask you, what would happen if someone offered you a drink?
Grandma!
If anyone ever does, I want you to say, no, I have too much respect for my family and I don't want to get in trouble.
I promise, Grandma.
They really do hear you. This message brought to you by SAMHSA. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. That's underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Safe snowmobiling requires good vision, balance, coordination, and reaction time. Using alcohol and prescription or illegal drugs affects these abilities and impairs snowmobile operation. Alcohol also lowers your body temperature, so it's a dangerous combination in winter weather. No amount of alcohol or drug consumption is ever safe when operating a snowmobile. So it's simple. Don't ride impaired. Brought to you by the American Council of Snowmobile Associations and the Federal Highway Administration.
Face off to the left of Evan Weniger here with 2:41 to go in the second period with Kenny Schierlinger. I'm Patrick Geshan. Glad you're with us on Red Hawk Radio tonight. A good game between the two bottom teams in the NCHC, Miami and Omaha, and the Mavericks up 1-0 early on here. As we go to the late stages of the second period, the puck played to the near side for Steven Spinner, who played this one out to center, and Rourke Russell fires it in for Miami. Weniger stopped it there. And the puck now for Omaha, who has it in their own end. They had trouble getting it out. Connolly played it to center, but it's picked up there by Gilling. With 2:20 to go in the second period, he'll skate this one to the far boards and then play it across as Rourke Russell, the only one in over the line left side. Played a loose puck there on Weniger, and he had trouble covering it up as Miami tried to come in, but they didn't quite get there soon enough. Stops the clock with 2:09 to go in the second period. RedHawks still hold the shots advantage 23-15.
Yeah, and it seems like every RedHawks get an opportunity about 3 times, and then every third time or fourth time, it seems like Omaha gets a good opportunity. And the RedHawks just going to be careful because they are getting a lot of shots on net. There's a lot of time being spent in the Omaha zone, but you just can't slip up on that one opportunity that you do give up to Omaha. You got to have to limit that.
RedHawks with the puck here along the far boards, trying to get it into the Omaha end, but Konepke stole it away for the Mavericks, and Stewart will pass it up the right side, and it took a weird carom as Jordan tried to tip it into the RedHawk end, but it went off a rim shot and into the crowd instead. So we'll get a neutralized face-off here with 1:51 to go in the second period in a close game, 1-0 Mavericks. And Miami with countless opportunities tonight. They just can't slide one past Evan Wenninger, the senior goaltender for Omaha. Seems like he's been playing for the Mavericks for about 8 years now. Puck behind the net.
It's like the Aaron Kraft effect.
That's center. This one played by Bachman. Gets it up in over the Maverick line. On the left side, and he fired one right into the breadbasket of Wenninger, who holds on with 2 RedHawks coming in looking for a rebound. And the faceoff will be to his right with 1:28 to go in the second.
Karch Bachman looks very sharp today on his shots. He's definitely got the accuracy going tonight, which is something that he always has to work on. He's got the power behind the shot. He's just always got to kind of narrow it down, and it looks like he might get one tonight. Redhawks look like they might get one tonight.
Yeah.
They keep on playing like they can. They got to. I mean, this is a numbers game. You just got to get one.
Gordy Green threw a weak shot in from the near half wall, gloved down by Wenninger again. Redhawks were outscored last weekend 10-2 at St. Cloud. And the weekend before playing Colorado College, they were outscored 9-3. And then we won't even mention that weekend against Minnesota Duluth, the 18th and 19th, when they were outscored 7-0. So the offense just hasn't been there for the Redhawks in the year of 2019. He's off to the right of Wenninger. Jones takes it behind the Omaha net after the Mavericks win it and plays it up left side. Morelli will get it into the Maverick zone as it was Taylor Ward who had it behind the net. And Grant Hutton with control in the near corner for Miami. Spin around moves. Sinard plays it up the far wall for Josh Melnick. At center, he plays it up for Gordy Green, who's down the left side. A centering feed in front from Hutton, could not connect. And he and Green dig at it here in the near corner as Mason Morelli now will play this one up the far side for Jones. Corbett will lock him up in the corner as Gordy Green came in, but he actually knocked the puck loose. And it will be Frederick Olofsson who slowly skates it up through center for Omaha. Left it for Morelli, stick checked away by Green, who has the puck up the far boards and in over the Maverick line. A pass there, though, looking for Melnick. He was too far behind. Now the puck in the high slot. It's bouncing around. Nobody could get a stick on it, and it comes back to the line. Glove down by Mahalik. Redhawks in the offensive zone. Dashke, far circle. Melnick walked in, and he fired a shot, went off the skate in front, deflected to the near corner, and Ward a high play to get this thing out to center and beyond as Mahalik takes over the Redhawks zone and is backhanded in there by Melnick. And that's going to end the festivities in the second period as the clock winds down to 0. It is Omaha 1, Miami nothing. The Mavericks picking up a second period goal. And that's where we stand after 40 minutes, Kenny, and a big last period coming up here at Steve Kennedy Arena.
I think the same message. The Redhawks did look good. Besides those 2 power plays that they had to kill off, they were unable to get out of the second one clean and end up giving a goal. But they keep on throwing the pucks at the net, like we said. I mean, we sound like a broken record with just about everything the Redhawks are doing. But they're just bound to get a goal. And you can see that they're getting quality opportunities, and guys are looking good. Karch Bachman and he's throwing them at the net, and Ryan Larkin's playing a heck of a game tonight. River Renshaw is looking pretty good on offense as well as Josh Melnick, who they've gotten back, the captain here. Kind of lost a train of thought. So yeah, you just gotta get in the locker room and keep the positivity up and build off the little things. I think that's something that the Redhawks are gonna have to work on, as you're just going to try to work your way up the standings, try to get a better seed in the tournament. You never know what's going to happen. You don't want to be facing Minnesota Duluth or St. Cloud and
on the road.
Yeah, on the road. So you just gotta chip away and against teams like Colorado College 2 weekends ago against here in Oxford. The Redhawks should have at least split that series, because those are teams that are at your caliber level, and right here tonight and tomorrow, Omaha's the same deal here. You have a team that you can play with, and the Redhawks are just going to have to get 2 goals here and come out tonight with a victory and hopefully can get at least one victory and get off the schneid here in 2019.
Yeah, if they beat Omaha tonight, they'll jump into 7th place in the conference. Omaha only 2 points ahead of Miami coming into this weekend series here on this Friday night at Steve Cady Arena in Oxford. So the second intermission now. Kenny will play his new podcast called Office Hours. It's available on SoundCloud. Give it a listen as we will continue with that here in the second intermission for the next 13 and a half minutes or so. 1-0 Omaha after 40 minutes of play here from Oxford, and you're listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Oxford Knowles. Yep.
Yes. And that's that model. And again, that's a generational shift. And I think, kind of combining both the stereotypes we have of age and kind of generational shifts, one of the stereotypes we often have of older people is they're not technology savvy, that they are neither interested nor capable of interacting with technology. Well, a couple of things that show that's absolutely not true. First of all, they are one of the fastest growing users of technology. And if you look at places like senior centers and community centers, they can't offer enough classes on computer skills and social media and social networking and all that kind of stuff. Older people are interested in that. But then especially the baby boomers coming into later life, they bring with them knowledge and skill with technology that previous generations of older adults haven't had. And people talk about current college age students as being the technology generation. And my experience in working with college age students is it depends on what kind of technology you're talking about. Social media, yeah. Using technology through the library, that's another story. That's another story. So it depends where your interest is. But I do think that we're going to see dramatic changes in with succeeding generations of older adults with their comfort and ability to use and interest in using technology.
Technology and social media and games like that have kind of taken everybody in the world by the reins and kind of affected everybody.
Another example to me is esports.
Yeah.
Which I think
is a big thing
here,
you
know more about than I do, I think. But esports has opened up the world of sports to people who may not have the elite level physical skills to participate in high level sport directly, but esports and older people are interested in esports as well. But it's a new technology that's opening up the access to sport.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Miami University is one of the first schools that actually made esports a varsity sport, and they have a huge room in the library, and they're pretty serious. And I think as of next year, they're going to start offering scholarships.
Wow.
And it's just like any varsity sport now, and they have different types of levels of competition, just kind of like track and field, how they have long jump, 100 meter and stuff. They have different games and different teams. So I don't know too much about it, but I know it's something that Miami is very involved with. So getting into the technology thing and how you are doing research with a graduate assistant and 2 undergrads this coming semester on fitness technology, such as Apple Watches or Fitbits. And I think everybody's kind of heard about that, or it seems like every other person you meet has a Fitbit on or Apple Watch, maybe for different reasons. Some people just have them for the texting and stuff. Some people have Fitbits for tracking your steps and heart rate, and there's different types of levels you can get. So what are the recent trends and outcomes that are coming from this kind of new technology and how it's affecting people's health? Is it affecting people's health in a positive way, a negative way? Or I mean, I'm assuming it's a kind of split. So what are those type of things that you're seeing, and what made you and the students that you're working with want to research this?
Well, it's a really interesting question, and kind of how I got into it is because of my interest in adult development and aging. I'm very interested in how leisure and sport and physical activity may enhance quality of life and the quality of aging. And And so fitness technology, one of my grad students had that particular interest. And so it's kind of putting two things together, which is how do we enhance individuals' health and well-being, and then how do we do that through engagement in physical activity and sport. So she did some research she did a review of the literature looking at the current research. And because one of the things that she herself had bought was an Apple Watch, and she was like, tracking her steps and all that kind of stuff. But she started noticing with some of her friends that they seemed to be really kind of obsessed with.
Yeah. And from personal experience, I have a Fitbit myself, and last spring I found myself kind of obsessed with all the type of vitals and, and steps, and if you don't get a certain amount of steps, you're just like, oh man, I kind of slacked off on the day, and even those apps have macronutrient tracking. Your caloric intake and stuff like that. And I definitely found myself really thinking about what I was eating a lot more because I was tracking everything.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because last weekend, just by chance, I live in a high-rise apartment building, and I went out to go down the hallway to go downstairs to get my mail. And there's a man, actually he's probably in his mid-70s, who lives on my floor. And he was walking up and down the hallways. And I said, hi, how are you doing? And I guess he thought, well, I better tell her what I'm doing while I'm lurking in the hallways. But he said, I didn't get my steps today. I didn't get all my steps today. So he was out there walking to try to get his steps. So I think it can be a very kind of addictive technology. And you might say, well, that's good. That gets people to be more active. It gets them to be more aware of what they eat, because some of the technologies, as you just said, not just are about counting steps or minutes of
activity time,
but also the nutritional part. And so it could be good by raising awareness about that, end up making people kind of hyper vigilant about their physical activity. And, we always think of exercise and physical activity as good things, and it certainly is. But people also become very addicted to exercise and physical activity. I mean, there are endorphins that are, that come out by engaging in exercise and physical activity. So there's some suggestion that for some individuals, it may actually lead to disordered eating. For example, people count, like college students specifically. Some of the research suggests that college students, particularly women college students, are very conscious of caloric intake, and that this fitness technology only increases that awareness. And so they know they want to go out drinking, and they know how much alcohol, the calories in alcohol. So they start limiting their other food intake in order to be able to drink and not exceed their calorie limitation. So you could say, well, so then drinking is given priority, for example, over other kinds of nutrition. There's also some suggestion that people who have other kinds of disordered eating, that fitness technology actually heightens that kind of anxiety around body image and caloric intake and food, but also may lead to exercise addiction, where people are exercising to the point where they're not doing other things in their life, or to the point where there's overuse injuries and repetitive motion kinds of injuries, those types of things.
Yeah, and I think one thing that makes it even easier to track, I think it makes it even more problematic, is it's so easy to track because you can scan on your phone the barcode, and I also think that might even increase the amount of maybe processed food that you're eating, because you can't scan a whole chicken breast in your phone. You can scan a prepared meal or something like that, or even what you're drinking. And I know like the whole trend now is that there's a whole like the White Claw, like different like carbonated drinks that have less calories, less sugar. Kids are scanning those and counting them as calories that are supposed to be in their caloric intake that are supposed to be healthy, but you're not getting anything of substance out of those. So I definitely think it can cause problems, especially with anxiety working out. If you miss a day of working out and you kind of look and
Right.
you didn't get enough steps. That can add a whole bunch of anxiety
Yes.
and might affect your sleep schedule or something.
Oh,
like that.
absolutely. And increasingly, we know sleep is just as important as physical activity and good nutrition for overall health and well-being. But in particular, what the research suggests that it has potentially, again, I don't want to make blanket statements, but potentially has a negative impact on women because of the emphasis that's put, especially in college settings, for example, on a certain kind of body shape and body image, and that that's increasingly a concern. But interestingly, there's also men who share that kind of same anxiety around body image and have some of the same kind of issues and kind of distorted sense of themselves physically that might lead to unhealthy levels of physical activity and exercise or unhealthy dietary habits, those kinds of things.
Yeah, so I think we kind of talked about what can cause all these problems and stuff. What are some of the findings that you maybe are expecting or maybe not expecting?
Right.
And also how you're going to carry on.
Okay, sure. So given the existing research, we're interested in a couple things. We're interested in male-female differences. So in both use of fitness technology and its impact on body image as well as perceived health. So we're interested in whether, is it a linear relationship? That is, the more you use the fitness technology, the greater levels of perceived health and more positive body image and so on that you have. Or is it a curvilinear relationship where those two things go up together to a certain point, but then after a certain point, maybe it drops off. Maybe, you, like we were just talking about, you can overuse or become, in a sense, become addictive kind of behavior around exercise and diet. So we're going to look at gender. We're also going to look at, one of my students has an interest particularly in collegiate athletes and is interested in, is there a difference between the use of fitness technology among collegiate athletes versus non-athletes? As you probably know from some of the classes that you've taken, there's, increasingly athletes' lives and their athletic skills are measured. That's another interest because she's particularly interested in the health and well-being of collegiate athletes because she's interested in sport as a context for positive development. And as we know, with all the recent, attention given to concussions and repeated use injuries, it's again exploring, the extent to which sport may actually be unhealthy. So that's part of her interest as well. But I would say the main thing that we're going to add to the existing literature is to look at gender differences. We're also going to look at compare other kind of socio-demographic groups like Greek versus non-Greek.
Okay.
Yep, those different kind of subgroups within a college population, because those kind of subgroups have subcultures very much that have a whole set of a lifestyle kind of component to them. So that's, I don't think we know what we're going to find yet, but those are some of the questions we're going to look at. And how we're going to do the study is...
About to get underway here in the third period. Omaha 1, Miami nothing, and the face-off at center is thrown deep into the RedHawks' end. As Grant Hutton will play this one up for Andrew Sinnard, who walks it up the far boards and gets it to Josh Melnick at center, who plays it up the right side, and Gordy Green fires it into the Omaha end and behind the Mavericks net. Patrick Geshan, Kenny Schierlinger back of the year for the third period call, and 30 seconds in, the RedHawks need an answer here fairly early on to a 1-0 hockey game to get some momentum going, possibly to score more, as they haven't found the back of the net so far tonight. Puck at center ice, fired in by Gordy Green, and behind the net played here by McDonald for Omaha. He got locked up by Gruden, who stole the puck away, and a spinner-out shot by him went off the pad of Wenninger. And Omaha with a puck back up the right side again as it was played in by Zach Jordan. And it went behind the net, bounced off the end boards, and Larkin the cover 1 minute, 2 seconds into the third period.
RedHawks going from left to right now, right? We'll be able to see the play developing here. Hopefully they can spend a lot of time not on our end over here, the end over there by the student section, and get a goal that's long overdue.
RedHawks moving left to right across your radio here. Omaha with a chance at front. Larkin on his back, able to cover the puck as McDonald had it in the slot. He fired it right in on him, and Larkin able to get his body on that. So a dangerous look there for Omaha. The face-off will be to the left of Larkin, with the RedHawks leading the shots 27-15.
RedHawks get 3 shots, and then one goes to Omaha, and it's kind of been the trend in the last couple periods here. The RedHawks just unable to capitalize on it.
Casey Gilling wins it back to Mahalik, plays it off the far boards. Omaha wraps this one up around behind the net, and it's played here by Dashke, who goes over to Mahalik and skates it up the right side for Miami. Cross ice feed went past Casey Gilling's stick. It goes down the ice for an icing. As Mahalik was behind the goal line when he fed it cross ice and never quite connected with Casey Gilling. And the faceoff comes back down to the Miami end. And Ryan Larkin will get the faceoff to his right. Kenny, we listened to your podcast during the first and second intermissions. Tell us a little bit about it.
So it's called Office Hours with Kenny Schierlinger, and I go into the offices and kind of just have office hours, have a conversation with some professors that I have and haven't had, and just kind of all in the SLAM department, the sports management department, and on their research and their scholarly studies and interests, and try to relate that to what's going on today and have a professional kind of explain what's going on in the sporting world from an economic standpoint, leisure and aging and stuff like that. So
nice.
It should be a good semester of individuals I get to interview, and got a couple lined up. I have Dr. Adam Beisel, who I recorded today, and we'll release that probably sometime this weekend, and that should be interesting. Talk about baseball economics and baseball stadiums and stuff like that. So let's go back to the action. Sorry.
And we'll talk more about that at immediate timeout, maybe as Konepke gets this puck here along the near boards to the Omaha end. Not much happening early on in this period. The puck comes down in on Ryan Larkin, who makes the cover. So tell us some of your professors who you've got lined up.
So Dr. Adam Beisel, who I had today, he is a sports sociologist by trade. He came here from University of Maryland. This is his second year here, and he's on a research leave. I had Dr. Freisinger, who's been here for many, many years, and she is a sport leisure and aging specialist and is doing research on Fitbits and Apple Watches and how that affects our mindset about fitness, and if it's the positive and negatives behind it, because it does have positives but also has negatives.
Yep.
So they're doing research this semester on that with some undergrads and some graduate assistants.
That's cool. So you can listen to Kenny's podcast as this one played below the goal line, and the Mavericks are going to try to work it out of their own end. Played off the high glass by Mason Morelli. It's played behind the Miami net. Andrew Sinnard wraps it around the near boards for Gordy Green. Olofsson there gets it up to the line. A shot came in, and the rebound went to the high slot, batted away by the RedHawks. Olofsson had it far boards. Corbett got hit there by Ward. Morelli picks it up top of the circle. A shot there fired off of Sinnard's leg and went to the far corner. And Miami skates it up the right side. Here's Melnick in over the line with it. He's got it top of the left circle, and the Maverick again lost the puck to his skates, and Omaha able to scoop it up out of there and get this one at center and over the line. Polkinen got a feed across. Now Jordan, a spin-around shot off the backboards behind the net. Polkinen shovels it up to the left point for Jones. On across, McDonald fired it in, and Alford trying to get one at the side of the net past Larkin, but couldn't. Omaha with the puck at the left point, and Jones skates it out to center. And then we'll pass this one across, and McDonald slaps one into the zone.
That shot was a couple inches away of ricocheting off Larkin's back into the net. Lucky there.
Trevor Rimshaw played it up the right side, is chasing it down in his own end. Will be John Schultz for Omaha. He'll skate this one up the near boards and played it over to Polkinen. Cross ice feed. The Mavericks work it up As it is Conley now is centering pass across, looking there for spinner, and they're going to score. Just like that, a shot came in from the left point. John Schultz got the puck, rifled it in. The rebound came off of Larkin's pad, and Golt was there to pick up the rebound and stuff it past Larkin. A bing-bang play, and Omaha up 2-0.
Omaha really looking like the RedHawks they have looked in the last couple periods, just attacking the net and relentless there against Larkin, and he really couldn't do as much. He did as much as he possibly could do there, just a bad rebound, ricochet, and they buried it in the back of the net. So the RedHawks find themselves in the 2-0 hold here in the third period. They're going to have to get some goals quick.
Not the start you wanted. Phil Nye steals it away far corner in the Maverick end. Try to backhand that one, and then it comes out to the far half wall as Christian Mose with the far corner now trying to spin around. 5-on-5 play here in Miami. Just can't find the net tonight. They've had a nose for it. They lead the shots 27-18, but they have not gotten it past Wenninger, who's looking for the shutout this evening. Ryan Larkin will leave this one for Ripshaw, and his pass went nowhere, and it's going to be an icing call here against Miami with 15 minutes even to go in the third period. There's Ripshaw just rifled that one on the ice all the way down. And so the face-off comes back to the right of Ryan Larkin here. Only one other game in the NCHC tonight, and that will occur right after this one. Colorado College and St. Cloud State will go at it in St. Cloud tonight. Their puck drop scheduled right after ours is both games tonight in the league on CBS Sports Network, so this is game one of the national doubleheader. Mark Russell played it off high glass, and Omaha here will get it at center. Morelli can't get it into the zone. Instead, the RedHawks will get it out at center, and Sorokia cross-ice feed. Missed everybody there who was on the far side, and Omaha takes control in their own end. It was Weiss who gets it up here. Morelli in over the line for Omaha. He copped it up in the circle, and Sorokia back can't play. Out to center, and it's taken over here by Tristan Keck. Up the near side, Schultz got it up to Primo. And now down the left side, Keck trying to fire a shot from the circle. It got stuck in Crowder's helmet, I believe, as he caught that one up high. And actually, the puck went inside of his jersey and maybe his shoulder pads. He got stuck there, and Crowder's shaking up right now as he got a stick on that puck, and it caught him up in the neck, and he's going to have to go onto the bench, crouching over right now. So, Kenny, before we go to media timeout, tell us where your podcast is available.
It's on SoundCloud right now. Will eventually be, hopefully in the next week or so, on Apple Podcasts, on the podcast app if you have an iPhone. But if not, it's on SoundCloud, the SoundCloud app that you can get on the Android or Apple Store, and be keeping you updated. Follow me on Twitter, Kenny Schierlinger. If you want more updates, keep you updated on that. And there's some more things coming. We've got some more things in mind here, as maybe some video interviews.
Nice.
I'm gonna have an interview tomorrow with Wayne.
Wayne Emery?
Wayne Emery tomorrow, the Miami alum who was the first African-American GM and president in the NBA and also in American professional sports. So that should be exciting tomorrow. I'll have a little bit of a time slot with him before the game tomorrow.
Good.
We'll also have Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. I'll be on the call with Hans Justy tomorrow at 2 o'clock. They take on their arch rival Ohio University as they make the trip over from Athens. And the Red Hawk basketball team had a pretty tough loss against Kent State a couple of days ago, and they're just kind of chugging away and found themselves 0-4 in that competition play, but kind of came alive, reeled off 3 straight. We had that game at Ball State, kind of turned it around, really. They looked like a team that they were supposed to be, and they've been playing very well defensively and have been scoring it decently in the last month or so, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They might knock off some teams they're not supposed to knock off. You never know in the MAC tournament. They could do some damage and maybe sneak their way into the NCAA tournament.
Let's hope as play resumes here at Goggin Ice Center, and icing waved off against the RedHawks, and Gordon Green, a spin-around shot from the far circle is saved there by Wenninger. And you and I did that game up in Muncie, and we were really surprised at how Miami played, and then just the little streak they went on after that. Tough loss against Toledo, though, last week, and that was a 3-point game that Miami could have easily had.
Yeah, it was a tough, they had a questionable jump ball call that ended up going to a timeout for Toledo, and that really, really hurt the RedHawks because they would have had the ball with about 15 seconds left, up 2, and that same possession, Toledo ended up hitting a 3, and that was just about it. So the RedHawks, and definitely a tough loss at Kent State this week where they kind of gave it away at the end.
So back to play here, 13:55 to go in the third period. 2-0 Omaha now. The puck at center ice, up in the air. It comes down on the red line, and the Mavericks get it in over the line. Olofsson tried to feed one through the middle, and now Melnick takes it over at center. Dishes over for Gordon Green right side. Corbin gonna feed, and at the top of the left circle, and went off his stick, up and out of play. But the faceoff will stay inside the Omaha end with 13:38 to go in the third period. We're looking at a replay right now on the CBS Sports feed. Bray Crowder was in the tunnel being worked on. They were looking at his neck, and they thought they might be able to keep him on the bench, but instead he went back to the tunnel after further examination by the Red Hawk trainer Drew Ruckelshaus. So Crowder is out right now for Miami, and he started tonight as the extra defenseman. So the Red Hawks dressed 7 defensemen tonight, so they would just be down to 6, which is no big deal right now. But you got some height out of the lineup with 6'6" Bray Crowder. Here is Gruden at center, plays it in over the line. Bachman stick handles his way down the right side. A backhand shot in front, and Weniger got control of the rebound too. Kept it all in front of him as a flurry in front of the net. And the RedHawks, with their 30th shot on goal there, still can't get one past him with 13:19 left in the third.
RedHawks unable to lift the puck over Weniger there, as he kind of was down on his knees. And Bray Crowder's had a tough night tonight. He had that big hit in the first period, and then he has to go back to the locker room, getting hit in the neck area there with the puck. So tough guy, but should bounce back. See, we'll keep you updated if he makes his way back onto the bench.
Up here behind the Omaha net, they get this one back to center, and a centering feed across went into the Miami bench. And the face-off here, everybody was okay down there, luckily, and the face-off will come at neutral ice. So big Friday night crowd tonight trying to rally this team. Plenty of time, though, with 13:13 left in the third period. 2-0 Mavericks on Red Hawk Radio. Omaha controls the puck here at center. No fire shot from the right circle by Jordan. Get blocked down off his skate. Now at the line, Omaha has it. Olofsson played it in from the left point, poking in now behind the Maverick net. Backhand feed to Alfred. Nice saucer pass up to the line and a ripped wide there by McDonald. Mavericks again trying to fire one from the far half wall. That one trickles across to the near corner. And Lown and Bachman in a battle for the RedHawks as the Mavericks throw it to the far side. McDonald plays it behind the net. Alfred gets it in the corner. Will try to stick handle his way up the near boards as he gets a backhand feed up to Schultz. Do a slap shots that one low, and Larkin gets it with the glove with 12:25 to go in the third period.
RedHawks going to have to gain some of that momentum back and spend some more time in the Omaha end of the ice if they want to try to get back into this game.
It's going to take something more than what's already happening. Casey Gilling with the draw here against Primo. RedHawks going to win it in the defensive zone. Eyes up the right side and over the RedHawk line with it. In the corner. They were trying to play it, then Nyes gets it back and takes it behind the Maverick net. Poke free there for Casey Gilling. Up the far half wall, spin around shot, blocked down in the circle. It's backhanded out of the play in the Omaha end, and the faceoff will be there with 12:04 to go in the third. And both teams will get full 5-man changes.
Fresh puck on the ice. Hopefully, fresh mindset for the RedHawks is you just gotta go. It's been long overdue for a win in this team. You can kind of see on their faces that it's kind of wearing on them a little bit. They haven't tasted a victory in quite some time.
Need better luck now. Hutton played it in from the left point. Now Sinnard wraps it around behind the net. Corbett getting locked up there. As the puck now goes behind the net. Corbett trying to work this one free. It is Melnick who got held there at the side of the cage. Primo locked him up with a free hand as he was trying to skate to the puck. It'll be a hooking call here against Omaha, and Kenny, the doctor, ordered a power play. And the RedHawks need to take advantage of it here with 11:47 to go in the third period. RedHawks get what they need. An opportunity up one man here with down 2-0.
Primo, the New Jersey on New Jersey crime there, holding Melnick. Both of those players from the state of New Jersey, and I don't know if Primo was kind of arguing there. He had Melnick locked up for a little bit, a couple seconds there, so pretty obvious call there. See if the RedHawks can capitalize on it.
Face-off one against the near half wall, and Miami trying to dig it free. They need a goal here on this power play. Gruden passes it far side for Bachman. Stick handles his way down the left wing boards. Back to the left point for Hutton. Returns to Bachman. Melnick over for Hutton. A slap shot went way wide to the corner. Now Melnick gets it up near board. Screen over to Hutton at the line. Fired a shot deflected off a stick in front. And out of play with 1:33 to go in the power play and 11:20 left in the third. RedHawks will be on the road the next 2 weekends. Or actually, they're going to be off next weekend and then on the road and then on the road. Off weekend next weekend for Miami. They're at Denver February 22nd and 23rd. Then at Minnesota Duluth March 1st and 2nd. Then back home against Western Michigan March 8th and 9th. And that will round out the regular season. And the way it's looking right now, Miami's going to travel for the first round playoff series in the NCAA. Power play still going here for Miami. They have it along the near boards. Here's a pass across. Bachman, he scored. Nope, no, he didn't score. The crowd reacted like he did as Wenninger, I guess, made a pad save. Everybody in the arena started standing up. But it stayed out of the net, so Miami will regroup in their own end. Here comes Hutton. A backhand play for Melnick. Now Gruden in over the line down the left side. His backhand feed went nowhere, and Omaha back the other way with it. In over the line comes Zach Jordan. He got hit hard there by Hutton, who was back checking on the play. And Gordon Green behind the RedHawk net will skate this one up the left side and beyond. Leaves a backhand there for Dashke. Off the skate of Hutton, who plays it down the left wing boards. Behind the net for Wenninger. Wraps it around the glass. RedHawks here will get this one again going as they set up on the power play. Here's a shot by Hutton, a wide open rebound, and Gilling wasn't in the right spot. Didn't get there soon enough, and Omaha gobbles it up and fires it back down. With 17 seconds to go on the power play and 10 minutes to go in the third period. Dashke plays it near side.
Gilling only a couple feet away from being able to bury that, just out of his reach.
This one picked off in the middle. Omaha back the other way. It's going to be a breakaway. Keck moving in. And a nice poke check from behind by Dashke to take away a shot opportunity there. Hutton has it here for the RedHawks. It's center. Plays it far side. Gilling stick handles and fires it in on a Wenninger, who keeps it with a glove and will stop play with 9:32 to go in the third period. And the power play for the RedHawks is over. They get 3 shots on it. And they lead the shots right now 32-20. Media timeout from Oxford. It is 2-0 Omaha. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Safe snowmobiling requires good vision, balance, coordination, and reaction time. Using alcohol and prescription or illegal drugs affects these abilities and impairs snowmobile operation. Alcohol also lowers your body temperature, so it's a dangerous combination in winter weather. No amount of alcohol or drug consumption is ever safe when operating a snowmobile. So it's simple. Don't ride impaired. Brought to you by the American Council of Snowmobile Associations and the Federal Highway Administration. Visit snowmobileinfo.org.
Hola, soy Prince Royce. Cerca de 5 millones de familias con niños en la escuela no tienen acceso a Internet en casa, mientras que 7 de 10 profesores asignan tareas que lo requieren.
Es por eso que queremos ayudar a millones de jóvenes. En Sprint Foundation.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke. I couldn't speak or walk.
150 over 90, and I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure sounds like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from silent. Get back on your treatment plan or talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Head to toe, everything's changed.
Brought to you by the American Stroke Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Did you know trespassing is the #1 complaint against snowmobilers by landowners and is a leading cause in lost snowmobiling access? Most
And still sticking around here at Oxford, 9:32 to go in the third period. Patrick Geshan, Kenny Schierlinger with you on Red Hawk Radio. 2-0 Omaha. The game still remains close, but it just doesn't look that way here. With the RedHawks leading the shots 31-20. As we wait for a media timeout to end, the faceoff will be to the left of Wenninger. Melnick will take it and get a clean win for the RedHawks. Sinard right point, fired it wide on the wrist shot there. And the puck back to center, controlled here by Grant Hutton, who will fire it cross ice for Sinard in his own net. Sinard up the left side. Bachman mishandled it at center. He'll circle back for Miami. And then dish it off to Sinard, who goes for a pass between the legs of Hutton, and then he coughed it up, and Omaha plays this one deep into the Red Hawk end. Sinard wraps it around the boards. Corbett stopped it there. Gordy picks up in the middle. Plays it up there for Melnick. He got tipped off his stick. And it's covered up here by Wenninger as the puck came in on him with 8:54 to go in the third period. And Omaha will go back home. Omaha is actually off next weekend, too. They'll be back home to play St. Cloud State February 22nd and 23rd. They'll play at home against Denver March 1st and 2nd. Then they'll be at North Dakota to end the regular season. Face off to the left of Wenninger. RedHawks keep it in the offensive zone. Rim shot pitched in from the far board. Soroki now in the corner. With it behind the net for Miami. Plays this one down below the goal line and it goes off the far boards. River Ripshaw played that one in from the left point. It went off the pad of Wenninger and back to the far half wall. Puck now in the corner. RedHawks working hard here with the fourth line out there trying to get some grit going and physicality. They're winning the battles as Monty Graham had it locked up in his skates behind the net. And the puck now in the near corner for the RedHawks as they get in on the battle here. The fans like it, but Omaha comes away with the puck. As McDonald on it here, plays this one out to center. And the Mavericks get it deep in the Red Hawk end. Behind the net, Russell, a backhand play to the near half wall. He finds Ben Loud, who plays it up right side past Schultz, and Bachman racing after it in the near corner Omaha end. Schultz behind the net. Will give it away to Miami. Ben Loud finds Mahalik right point, fired a shot, went off his skate to the near corner. And the puck now along the near half wall. RedHawks can't keep it in. It goes back to center. Derek Dashke up the left side for Miami. In over the Maverick line. The centering pass for Gruden. Finds Bachman in the high slot, who chips it to Dashke, who fired it from the left point wide. Now it is Bachman on the far half wall. Gets it down low for Loud. Backhand play by Schultz, but he can't get it out. Bachman skates it down the left half wall. Loose puck picked up by Dashke, who got knocked down. No call. Omaha tried to control it below the goal line. Bachman picks it up. Far side. Got it to Dashke. Couldn't play it deeper. Omaha clears to center. And the puck now back for Mahalik, who skates it up the left side for Miami. Gruden, cross ice feed. They're in over the Maverick line. Nyes after it in the corner. Christian Mose couldn't get clean control behind the net. He'll backhand this one down low for Phil Nyes, who then cycles it up the left side and then try to spin around move at the half wall, but then keeps going the same direction. Backhand feed down low. Mose trying to center it in front, but nobody home. And now River Ripshaw with Miami as they try to get in over the Maverick line again, but they're offside as Casey Gilling went in the zone before the puck did. And 6:36 to go in the third period, and the face-off in neutral ice.
Seems like every other face-off has to do with Casey Gilling. He's always have to make his case with the referees there. It's just kind of wrong place, wrong time tonight for Casey.
Melnick takes a draw. The RedHawks first line out there against the Omaha first line. Konepke had it in his own end, got it to center. Olofsson chips it into the Maverick end as Sinnard will hug up Taylor Ward here behind the net. And Hutton plays it up the right side, up for Gordy Green. Green cross ice feed. Here's Melnick. He's wide open down the left side. Played it across for Corbett in the near circle, but he couldn't grab the puck. And now Corbett looking for a backhand play here. As the puck now in the near corner. As they get it at front, and a shot goes wide by Gordy Green. He had a wide open chance, but couldn't get a backhander past Wenninger. Puck played from the left point. Sinnard was stopped there. Now the puck along the far half wall. Sinnard trying to chip it forward. Loose in the middle. Green couldn't grab it. The RedHawks are tired right now with the first line out there. They haven't changed in a while. Morelli has the puck for Omaha. He's the only one in the offensive zone and plays it deeper behind Larkin in the RedHawk net. Jordan got it behind. A feed in front as he was looking for a little give and go with, it looked like Alford there who was behind the net. Omaha will get the puck at center and fire it back in deep with 5:20 to go in the third period. Sinnard hit hard by Pulkkinen. Graham can't get the puck out of the zone. And now Monty Graham will backhand this one out to center. Hutton picks it up at the red line and fires it in for no icing. Monty Graham centered it front. It was Soroki trailing in. He never got a stick on it. Omaha plays this one all the way back down the ice, but no icing as the puck stopped in the circle. Mahalik skates it away from his own end. Up to center, fires it in from the red line. Picked up here by Omaha, and they're going to try to play it out as it was Jones who took it behind his net and went off high glass. Puck back to center now. Bachman played it off the far boards. And neutral ice, in over the Maverick line they go. Gruden skates it behind the Miami net, or the Maverick net rather, and plays this one up to the near side. Here's Sheldon in the corner for Omaha. He's in a little battle with Soroki, who comes away with the puck for the RedHawks. And now it's Bachman. Spin around play from the near circle. Didn't get it to go. Now it is a backhand play for Bachman. Here's Soroki behind the net. He'll leave that one over for Dashke in the far corner. Now it is Bachman here. As a little battle ensues in the near corner now as players trying to dig at the puck and went up in the air. Glove down there by Dashke. And we're going to get a whistle for a hand pass. Looks like it's going to be called against Miami as both referees whistled for it. And the fans unhappy with that call. The face-off will come out to neutral ice with 3:56 to go in the third period.
It was either Dashke or Bachman on the hand pass. Both of them were pretty adamant with the referees there.
So we are going to get a timeout, I believe, with 3:56 to go in the third period. Omaha 2, Miami nothing. As we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here in Oxford, RedHawks need something to go their way. You're listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Building relationships during recovery from mental and substance use disorders can put the strength of family and community behind you. We're all connected, offering encouragement, support, and hope. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
Did you know trespassing is the #1 complaint against snowmobilers by landowners and is a leading cause in lost snowmobiling access? Most land adjacent to snowmobile trails is closed to snowmobiling, so stay on the trail. No trespassing means no snowmobiling. Just because there are snowmobile tracks off-trail doesn't mean it's open or legal. Ask first and know the off-trail rules before you go. Brought to you by the American Council of Snowmobile Associations and the Federal Highway Administration. Visit snowmobileinfo.org.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and
Face off at neutral ice after the And pass against Miami, and the RedHawks win it back at center. As it's tipped into the Omaha end after the RedHawks cycled it around. Behind the Maverick net, the puck goes. Phil Nyes, nice circle move. The puck trickles in front. And it was Miami trying to play that in. Mose had a loose play, but it was into the pads of Wenninger. And the puck comes now below the RedHawk goal line in their own end. Omaha sets up offensively, poking in with the puck behind the net. Backhand pass. Jordan trying to center it. Couldn't connect with Alfred, and Mose up the right side for Miami. Hits center ice and dumps the puck in. Mose in the right circle of the Maverick end, able to pick up the loose puck behind the net. And he will try a backhand pass up to the left point, kept in there by Gruden, who golfs it to the far corner. Green is shoved down behind the net after he had the puck. And Omaha lifts this one out to center and beyond with 2:57 to go in the third period. Melnick has it in the near corner as the RedHawks able to cough it up here. Now they get it back to center as Green gets this one out to Hutton. Gruden down the left side for Miami. They're going to pull the goaltender here with 2:38 to go in the third period. Larkin on the bench, the extra attacker on for Miami. Down 2-0. Here's a shot from the line by Hutton. Went over the net. Omaha trying to clear. They get it out to center at least with 2:26 to go in the period. Hutton, the cross-ice play for Melnick. Almost tripped up at his own end. He's going to give the puck away. Morelli, an easy play, but he shot that one wide. Now the Mavericks trying to fire it from the point. Morelli's wide open at front. That shot there from the line went off the skate of Bachman. And Omaha was set up offensively with no goaltender in the cage. Cannot stuff it in. A good break for Miami. And the face-off here will be to the left of Ryan Larkin, who resumes his position in the net with 2:09 left in the third.
Close call there. Almost put that in the back of the net there. Omaha did.
So it will be Casey Gillen going here for the face-off for Miami. The puck went up to the line. It got blocked down by Nyes. Now Dashke for the RedHawks up at center, and his centering pass looking to the near side for Nyes and off the stick of Galt and out of play. So with 1:58 to go in the third, we get a neutral zone face-off, and the RedHawks down by 2. Face-off will be at center ice, to be exact. With Miami still 5 guys out there, and Ryan Larkin's going to go up to the hash marks in front of his goal. Face-off won by Miami. They're going to try to get it deep here, and they will as Ben Lown fires it in around behind the Omaha net. So Larkin back on the bench, and Miami with 6 attackers out there right now. The puck squirts out to center ice, and Mahalik will be the first to get it for the RedHawks in his own end. Skates it behind the net, takes it up the left side, then up through the middle, hits the red line, passes it to the far side for Bachman, and then wraps it around behind the net. Stopped there by Wenninger in the Omaha end. Gets it to the near corner. A little battle ensues there as Nyes will steal it away from Miami. Omaha takes control. They can't get it out, though. Corbett fell over at the left point, and now Omaha able to kick this one free to center with 1:15 to go in the third. Mahalik passes it off for Dashke. Fires it in from the red line. Gloved down by Wenninger. Got it over to Morris, who played that one up to the left point. And now Omaha will clear this one back to center again and beyond as we're down to the minute mark now. And Grant Hutton will play this one up to Gordy Green is up through center. Green fires it in on Wenninger. Went off his stick. He's going to cover. The clock stopped with 50 seconds exactly left in the third period. And we'll see what Miami does here with the empty net. And possibly we'll call a timeout, down 2-0 in this hockey game. Guess they won't call a timeout. No, they won't. Actually, Omaha just made a change, so the RedHawks are not going to use a timeout. Down 2-0, 50 seconds to go in the third period. Ryan Soroki just got kicked out of the face-off to the left of Wenninger. Melnick will take his spot. And the face-off here is won by Miami. They get it into the near corner. Played up to the right point for Melnick. Slides it across Hutton. In front for Bachman, who tried a one-timer, but he fanned on it. It went in softly on Wenninger, who covers it up with 38.3 seconds to go. Miami down by 2. Face-off back to the left of Wenninger. Omaha trying to make some late changes, but they're going to be denied as McDonald is trying to come in on that one. And now we're going to see a timeout. So the goaltender pulled from Miami, 38.3 left in the third period of a 2-0 game. And actually, it's Omaha who's going to call the timeout here as we're in the later stages of the third period. And the RedHawks will have 6-on-5. That sort of advantage here as we drop the puck in the third. So for Miami, if they can't hold on and try to tie this game, it would be 15 straight games they have not gotten a win. The losing streak would go to 9. So the RedHawks would have a 9-game losing streak. And the last time Miami had an 8-game losing streak, which is what they had coming into tonight, it was the 1995-96 season. The last time they went 14 games without a win was 1990-91. That was head coach Rico Blasi's freshman year as a player. If you read the article this week in the Miami Student, it was loud and clear on the front page talking about this team and the struggles this season, and they might continue with 38.3 to go in the third period. Soroki steps in for the draw. He'll face off against Ryan Jones. And the RedHawks win the draw. They need to move quickly here. The puck in below the goal line. They try to get it out, but can't. Morelli backhands this one to center. It is gloved down here, and the Mavericks are going to score. An empty net goal as Mason Morelli finishes it off for Omaha. And he makes it a 3-0 hockey game with 26.5 seconds to go in the third period. And it's going to be 15 straight games without a win for the Miami RedHawks.
It's got to be one of the more crushing losses for the RedHawks, as it looked like they really had the juice in the beginning of the game and well into the beginning of the game. Just really couldn't get in the back of the net. They had plenty of opportunities. I don't think that was the problem. It's just finishing off those opportunities and just hitting pay dirt, unable to get that. And it's got to be discouraging to see all those opportunities happen for you and create all those opportunities and just not reaping the benefits.
Omaha with a puck in their own end, 2 seconds to go, and the horn is going to sound to close the book on this hockey game that Omaha wins 3-0, and they take game one of this 2-game series at Steve Caney Arena this weekend. As Miami's losing streak grows to 9 games, the winless streak to 15, and Miami's record overall falls to 9-16-4. They are 3-12-2 in the NCHC. The Omaha Mavericks 9-16-2, 5-11-1 in the league. And Kenny, your final thoughts here after a 60-minute game. Disappointing again for the Miami RedHawks.
Yeah, like I said, they really came out firing, literally, on an offensive end, and just kind of made too many mistakes. And that penalty kill looked very good in the beginning of the game, but this broke the camel's back on that second one in the second period, and really was just playing catch up from the RedHawks were really just playing catch up from that point forward, and just unable to just capitalize on their opportunities. So you just got to come back tomorrow with the same mindset of just kind of keeping possession of the puck. They did look very poised in the Omaha end on the offensive end. They were working the puck around nicely, and it's just a tough night. And it's just been week after week for the RedHawks that they just can't catch a break and just can't get off the schneid here. And you just got to get a win in 2019, because I mean, you start thinking, like, are they ever going to win again this season? And it's just very, very tough. Very tough.
Well, the last 2 weekends they played Colorado College in Omaha, the two bottom teams in the league, and Miami still hasn't won a game against them yet in the second half of the season. And the excuse then was, well, you don't have Josh Melnick, you don't have all these other players due to injury. Well, you got all the pieces back now, minus Bray Crowder, your extra defenseman who came out late in the game. You had your starting goaltender Ryan Larkin out there tonight. He couldn't quite do the job. Miami leads the shots. They're going to finish with the lead in shots 38-21 tonight. But in the column that counts, the scoring column, Miami unable to get the job done. Falling 3-0 tonight. And the game tomorrow, Saturday at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be back here at Steve Cady Arena. And the RedHawks will try to look to finish off the series on a positive note. Again, tonight it's even more disappointing with the national TV audience, too, with everybody watching tonight across the country, and it's not happening for Miami right now. So Kenny will be back with you tomorrow for Miami men's basketball. They will play at 2 o'clock, and he'll be with Hans Just, and that will be on Red Hawk Radio. And so until then, Miami falls tonight 3-0 to Omaha. Thanks for listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Good night.